Noobs.
Can we ban Tuan? He has had 2 serious complaints in the World Championships.
What was the second one again?
Fuck if. Oh, mine about you doing your job on track and blocking me. Very serious.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought there was another one. Wait, let me see.
I mean, there are so many at this point, clown ones, that I've lost count.
Oh, I made an appeal.
Okay, we have 4 minutes. Speech.
Asking Daffy what the boss.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PCM World Cup 2021. We are live here tonight for the Tour Semifinals, sponsored by Nakon and Cyanide, hosted by the IMA, and organized by the lovely PCM Norge. We are ready for some action. 12 people will begin today on the Road Tour semifinals. Only 6 will be alive at the end of the day, so to speak. I'm joined here by our salad director, EMEA90, and the wonderful Tuan. Gifiti will join us soon. Good evening, Tuan.
So Emea gets his numbers. I might just get forgotten.
EMEA is EMEA the 90th UCI president. IMA president. He always needs to be mentioned by number. He's like a pope.
Okay. Yes, sure.
Okay, but welcome and tell us, are you excited for this evening of tour semifinals?
It'll be an interesting evening for sure. Yeah, two decent groups, and hopefully not everyone rests today, and we'll see some excitement.
We have some interesting lobbies here, which might provide for some interesting race situations. On Group A, we have one of the best players of the world right now, Leo. We have Groot. We have the greatest player of all time, José Pereira. We have Swagson, Kingmaker, and Dinley. So 2 Portuguese, 2 French. Groot from PCM Norwich and Swagson from PCM UK isolated by themselves, so to speak. And on Group B, on the other hand, we have Davi, Joe Whiteley, Shadow, Pierre, Hazing, and Piero Chacca. So 2 Italians, 3 French, and Joe completely by himself. So do you think that this can influence the race greatly?
It will be interesting to see if it is a dynamic at all. Of course, you prefer everyone is from different countries and no one knows each other, so we never have any troubles. But yeah, this should work out just fine. Everyone should play to get to their final.
Let's see what happens. And if you had to do predictions right now from these guys, let's start with Group A. As I said, Leo, Groot, Jose, Swex, and Kingmaker and Denley. Who would you say that you think would be the 3 guys advancing if you had to predict right now? And you do because I'm asking you.
I think the main 2 are Leo and Jose Pereira. They should be making it through. And I think the third spot is a bit more open. Very interesting things can happen. But we'll see how the dynamic between Dinley and Kingmaker develops. Before, for example,
that should be interesting.
Yes, so Swagson probably has a good chance if he manages to stay out of that. And Groot, who knows, maybe on a nice attack, catching everyone.
Dark horse here, you think, Groot, but a competent one, though, a very strong newcomer, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to believe that he only started playing PCM, I think, even in 2021.
On the other hand, on Group B, we have 3 French and Pierre, Hazing, and Shadow, and 2 Italians and Davi and Piero, and then we have poor little Joe Whiteley all by himself. Who do you think can pass here?
Davi should be the favorite. Joe should probably join him into the final, and then I think the third place is open between Pierre, Shadow, and Piero. Maybe guessing if he applies the right tactics, is able to make it. But I think it's going to be very tough for him tonight.
Good evening.
Hello, Gifiti. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We were just talking about the groups. I hope you are ready for some fun PCM in the Road Tour semifinals.
I'm certainly ready to. We had a long day, and of course, when I get home, the first thing I want to do is to relax a bit, and the PCM is certainly one entertaining form of doing so.
Absolutely. Welcome, Ilya and Lenny, to the chat. Ilya says, "Hi, PCM World and Kingmaker winner, in my opinion, in Group A." Lenny says, "Hello, hello, Lenny. We are going to slide into the roots and give our opinions about it. Emma, when you're ready." All right, so guys, we're watching the routes. There's pretty much a flat stage, a summit finish, two summit finishes, and something that could be considered a hilly stage. Even though there are some interesting climbs in there. What do you guys think, Tuan? I'm going with you first.
I think it's a decent parkour. Maybe I would have hoped for a bit of a tougher hill stage than it looks like. But I think people are going to be caught out by the fact that you can probably race really hard up here. And it's not quite long enough, actually.
What about the Dubai stage? It's short, so to speak, but do you think it's going to be one of those boring stages that people sometimes complain about when it comes to flat stages?
I fail to really see its addition to the parkour.
What? Sorry, didn't hear that.
I fail to really see what it adds to the parkours.
Okay, Gifiti, your turn. Tell us your thoughts.
I certainly think that this kind of stages is always a choice of these organizations so far. They have done it in almost every round of to have a flat stage. I would prefer to see some variations, like maybe a stage with a bit of cobbles that can generate that uncertainty of having cobbles there. I guess this one is just so people can choose different riders, and some will pick the 82 sprinter for only for this stage, while others probably are just going to stick to the original mountain team. So I guess this is the goal of the organization. Let's see if it works. By the stage itself, I don't have a lot to say. Of course, the two intermediate sprints and the final sprint will give a lot of points to the points classification. That, of course, matters. But still, I don't know. I don't expect to see a lot of action. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm gonna be honest and say, from my point of view, there's a sprint stage. I love it, absolutely love it. I love sprints. I know that a lot of people think these stages can be boring. They're not if they're well played, and I think we have a lot of good players here. So let's see if they can get some breaks, some tactics, some action going.
I don't oppose flat stages. I just think that in advanced rounds of world championships, people tend to be extremely conservative, and as much as you advance in the competition, more people want to be conservative and don't move and don't do anything. And at that point, I think these stages will be very calm. I hope I'm wrong.
It's the first stage, so I don't think there's. I think it was well placed in the order, so I think it might be interesting. On the other hand, I'm very against cobble stages in tours for the only reason that we cannot turn off punctures, and I really don't think a tour should be decided by punctures, which are far more likely in cobble stages, as we know. On the other hand, the summit finishes seem like some good and in entertaining stages if people are willing to take risks. In the final one, I just love the placement of that final sprint because if you're going to attack it with your leader, for example, at that point, you might be risking some precious energy for the final two climbs. As for the hilly stage, I did expect something a little bit different. I don't think it's bad. Actually, I think it has potential to cause some interesting race situations. I think it's a good parkour. I think we'll have fun.
I don't have anything bad to say about the following stages. I think it's good pickups. Of course, I don't know the endings if they are with a lot of turns or not, but at least the two on the top for sure are going to be entertaining. And the tricky stage looks tricky as it's supposed to be, as I guess some pressure will force people to do different strategies there. So I'm really hoping to see it and to see the final and see if someone can get time from the other mountain leaders there.
In that third stage, there's that big climb there. Pretty much after the middle of the stage, do you think we can see some attacks there?
It's difficult to know. I would say it's possible. Not sure. As I told you, it's not the same playing round one as playing semifinals. It tends to be more conservative. So I'm a bit like I don't know, but I hope we have people here that can give us some spectacle, and we would have fun. I think.
All right. Let's see if that happens. Tuan, this was for you. There's been some speculation of some of the members of the PCM community that there's one group where action might definitely happen and one group where we might see a lot of wheel sucking. Do you agree with this analysis?
Look, there's a reason I asked to be in a group that I asked to be in and that I'm streaming, and it's because I fully agree with this analysis. Yes.
All right, very to the point one here. Let's see if that is the case. Group B is launching, so we're going to start with that. Group B will be handled by me and Guy Fiti. Tuan, let us know when your group starts.
Yes. Will do.
As we see the lobby launching, 121.6 kilometers of flat with 2 intermediate sprints. I don't know if these will be important in the big picture for the points classifications.
I think the two intermediates plus the finish line will pretty much give a lot of points that can decide it in favor of an 82 sprinter if the 82 sprinter can sprint in them all, or a 77 in any case. So let us see. I'm not sure of the location of the other intermediate sprints on the percos. Are they early on the stages or late?
I'll actually tell you.
Pull them up. In the second stage, you have to get over a Col de Portet d'Aspet, which is going to be quite tough, I imagine, for an 82 sprinter. The third stage has their intermediate sprint before any of the climbs, so that is perfect. And same for the fourth stage, so it should be doable with the 82 sprinter here, I guess.
82 sprinter clearly the man then, because if you can, take them all. Take them all.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely take both if I was actually playing this semifinal, because we know the 77 sprinter can be a proficient helper in the early stages of the mountains.
Yeah, of course. The 77 sprinter is part of the team regardless. The point is who is the last man.
I would definitely take the 82 one. Yeah,
the 82 sprinter looks like the best one. Let us see. I'm very interested to see if everyone did that or if people take different teams.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that we hope to see, and the race is starting, that we hope to see right now when the start is still running slow as usually, and we expect to have some time to analyze the teams as soon as Emea can sort his team.
We didn't talk yet about the people that are going to play on this group.
We did. You haven't arrived yet, but we did.
Oh yeah,
no worries. But you can give your opinions actually, because you weren't here, about who you think that has more chances to go to the final in this group.
Well, certainly I see the name of Davi, and I put my money on him automatically. I don't even care who else is on the group, but it's quite a not risky bet. But then we have a lot of decent to good players that we don't consider to be top, but that are certainly there in the at least in the elite of this game. And one of these players is Piero Chaka, that is not playing a lot anymore, but he used to be one of the top players back on the day. Also, Gassing is a well-known player. Shadow is a well-known player. But my money today, it's on the two Italians and on Joe Whiteley. I think that three guys will have a good day and will be able to pass and to be on the next round.
This was considered by some people as the group of wheel suckers. Do you think this will be the case?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, Dav is not a wheel sucker
Definitely not.
Certainly will create some differences and people will need to react. I don't think guessing is also Joe, it depends, but not mandatory. Sometimes in mountain he prefers to stay on the wheels, but I think Joe will also give us some emotion and of course
Yeah, I think Joe is a very tactical player that knows when to be more conservative and when to go all out.
I have heard Joe talk about some tactics that he was planning to save for the semi-final.
All right. Twan has inside secrets. We will not ask them.
I'm waiting for hear it. So go.
I should already see it, I think, in the second stage.
Well, right now what we have is a breakaway with 17 players. Let's try and see if we can identify how many 82 sprinters are not only in the race but in this break.
In the break is the 82 sprinter of Piero, the 82
Joe.
sprinter of Joe, and it's all. Oh no, and Pierre.
Pierre as well.
Shadow. Right? Yes, Shadow. It's Shadow.
Shadow. So we have 4. Who does Davi have in the break actually? No sprinter.
Yeah, no sprinter. So
and we have a 77 sprinter somewhere. I didn't see if it was Hazings.
The 82 sprinters on the break. 4 people put them. Interesting.
Can we see the rider selection? To see who chose which sprinters.
There goes Davi.
Davi takes Modolo with his 82 sprinter. I think pretty much everyone took the 82 sprinter here.
Yeah, I think everyone did.
Wise choice.
But some people don't put 82 on the breakaway. There is guessing putting also is 82 sprinter, what means 6 out of the 7 players have the 82 sprinter on the breakaway.
It's only 6 players.
Oh, it's only 6 players.
Oh, sorry. Then everyone.
I love Twan saying it very silently.
Sorry. I didn't watch I didn't saw the players list before.
We now expect your resignation after this comment. We expect you to nominate Fravo on your way out as your successor.
Yeah. One, I'm going to kill you for correcting my mistaken information.
That threat, I would like to propose to EMEA that an impeachment process is started.
People in the chat are saying that one is French. I'm the moderator of the chat, so I don't allow this class of insults. Let me really quick ban slow me.
I have to agree that calling Twan French is a deep insult, but that was actually Finn who said it, I believe.
Yeah, but slow me agreed. And
oh my, there's insults going in the chat right now. So, as we see, 90 men on the break.
Making fun of my fucking... Oh my god. Yeah, ban him for making fun of me trying to pronounce something in French, please.
It's abuse of power here live. Alright, so 19 men on the break, 1 minute gap. Nothing too exorbitant right now. Davi seems to be the one pacing a little bit to keep the break in a reasonable distance.
Shadow put the 78 mountain on the break. Like in third round.
So it worked in the third round.
In case the peloton doesn't push, it's the Shadow's move there. But of course, I think the peloton knows it, so they are only 1 minute and 10 behind. And the one pushing is actually Davi. He realized that the break is no good to come to the end, because otherwise the 78 of Shadow can get some time in the peloton.
Yeah, that's exactly why we see, at least we saw earlier that Davi was controlling the distance. I think that is still the case. Yes, now Hazing seems to... I thought he was going to try the relay, but apparently not.
We have 20 people watching our stream, so welcome everyone. It's very good to have such a big number of people watching a semifinal. So yeah.
So right now we are 24 kilometers away from the intermediate sprint number 1. These two aren't far apart. Do you think that this might I mean, we are in a lobby of very experienced players, but do you think that these two being apart might actually, being very close, I mean, might actually cause some chaos here?
Don't know, to be honest. I think they will control it easily. I don't think it will be that complicated at chaos level. Let us see. But at least the intermediate sprint will be very chaotic because a lot of players will try to sprint and
Yeah, I think everyone has the 82 sprinter in the break, so it should be a couple of fun kilometers as we go almost from one sprint to the other, and then we move to the finish line.
yeah, chaotic will be, and 16 kilometers to get to the intermediate sprint. And the not Kingmaker, sorry, who is the French? Guessing is
It's
working.
Hazing, yes.
Yes, sorry. Guessing was working on the front, and I guess Davi is still the one controlling in the powder. Shadow is very, very saving energy. I would say in his favorite position in groups, that is last and sucking the wheels. And Pierre, I didn't talk about Pierre yet, but I think it's quite a surprise for me that he qualified to semifinals of Tour. I wasn't expecting that from him, but maybe he can surprise us and get into the final.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Guy. We'll go with the other group right now as it has started. Tuan,
you should see the Piero. Wait, you should see the Piero's attack. Piero just attacked in the with the 82 sprinter. He's trying to get to the intermediate sprint with advantage over.
All right, there is the intermediate sprinter. So we will stay here actually, and let's see if these two guys can take advantage of this. Oh, but Joe
not anyone else. So it means that probably these three guys will fight for the intermediate because I doubt the peloton can get there.
Yeah, they are turning within a good distance. Oh, the lag there. We are within a good distance. Yes. And the sprint is being prepared. We have Shadow, we have Joe Whiteley, and we have Piero.
Joe just needs to follow wheels. He cannot do. No, now he does the two-man train.
Oh, here's Davi. And here's Pierre. Hazing will not make it in time. The sprint.
I think
the sprint is being launched. We have Joe in the middle, Pierre in the left, Shadow in the right, and Joe Whiteley takes the lead. Shadow comes from the right. Here goes Clay. Pierre on the left, and that was close.
Shadow, right?
I think it's Shadow.
It's Shadow. No. Yes, it's Shadow.
I think Shadow, Joe, Piero might be the order.
I think so. Shadow, Joe, Piero.
While we'll wait for the second intermediate sprint because it's going to be close very soon. Tuan, how's the situation in your group?
It is interesting. We have in the breakaway Kingmaker, Groot, and Swaxon. They are relaying together. And behind it is Leo Falandri together with Jose Pereira that are trying to get it back in. And it is indeed Dindia is doing absolutely nothing at the moment.
As usual.
At least not from what I can see.
As usual.
And everyone has taken their 82 sprinters. All three players in the breakaway have him with them.
So all men in the break have an 82 sprinter, which means we will soon be joining that group as soon as we pass this intermediate sprint. How long until the intermediate sprint in your group, Juan?
45 kilometers.
45 kilometers. Oh, all right.
To get to the finish line here before getting to the intermediate.
Yeah, but we do want to show some of the other.
Guessing crashed. Well. Guessing crashed.
All right, we go to the other group. So, Tuan,
there must
pretty
have been
much
a puncture for Guillaume Martin, the 78 mountain of Leo Falandri. Asking if they want to wait up for him, and Leo saying that E1 won't do the same for them, so that they should continue the chase. I assume Guillaume Martin will 59 it into the finish line and just take the loss on the overall, for which he won't be relevant anyway.
So, some lack of sportsmanship here?
It's not lack of sportsmanship. It's the two groups relaying. In case everyone was together, I would say they should wait. But in this case, we have a front group that needs to open the gap, and there's a second group that needs to close that gap. And this is the semifinals of the World Championship. This is not a Joe Whiteley's Mickey Mouse tournament. So I guess waiting is not a major option here. At least for me.
I think, as you said, if they are together, you wait. I think it's just a strong tactical decision from Leo as well. There's no real need for that 78 mountain here. You should be fine without. Although I don't know why they haven't asked Dinley to help at all yet.
Perhaps because they know he will tell them to bugger off.
You can always try.
8 men in the break, 1 minute distance, 31 kilometers to go into the first intermediate sprint. Leo and Giuseppe are the ones setting the pace in the main group, in the peloton. What noise is that?
Someone's background.
You hear the noise? Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I'll try. I'm cooking lasagna. Sorry. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to put the noise less louder. It's better now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Need to take off my.
Okay, we are moving back to Group B.
Yes, we are approaching the intermediate sprint, 4 kilometers, and it's going to be between Tuan and Guessing.
I'm
sorry, Shadow. Sorry, I don't know why I said. Sorry, Shadow and Guessing. Now Joe is coming. McClay is coming fast, but maybe he spent some red bar there. I think Shadow has the advantage, and it's probably going to be for Shadow. Let us see, Mesgek, easy win, but Joe Whiteley will take P2, actually. No, P2 for Guessing, yes.
P2 is for Hazing, yes.
So Shadow took the first and the second intermediate sprint. Very good news for him. Now he should be ready to take the most points he can, and of course the stage win in the last intermediate. Let us see if he can. The breakaway has 60 men, and the peloton is 2 minutes behind, if I'm not wrong. No, it's more, 2 minutes and a half. With 27 kilometers to go, it looks good for the breakaway. Yeah.
So we have 24.6 kilometers to go. Let me just quickly take a look at the situation in the other group. Tuan, how long until the end?
It is 15 kilometers to the intermediate sprint and 64 to the finish line.
Okay, let us know as soon as we are close from that intermediate sprint. I would say between 10 kilometers should be enough to follow it properly. And we'll see if we have time or if this will end first. I doubt it. I think we will have time. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This break looks good. They are just 2 minutes and 30 with 20 kilometers to go. It can be good. I think they can win in the breakaway here.
Who are the two guys that were dropped from the break? Who died?
They just joined. They joined the break again.
Oh, they joined.
I think it was one man from Pierre, and I'm not sure about the other. I'm not wrong.
All right.
So 78 mountains, EMEA here, only Shadow, right?
We are 8k away from the intermediate sprint.
Yeah, we have time. We'll move to that group now.
Okay.
Group
so,
A for the intermediate
Leo
sprint.
and Jose both gave up on chasing it down the whole way. They bridged up with their 82 sprinters, and the same thing goes for Dinley. I think they're all here with their 77 and 82 sprinters, and Swaxton and Gruda still have one helper in their hill rider, and
we will check on that in a little bit. Right now we have the intermediate sprint. Everyone is preparing the launch. We have Leo on the left side, Groot on the right side. We have Jose and Swaxton somewhere in the middle. Dinley trying to move his riders to completely opposite side to see if he gets the space to sprinters launch. Jose is taking the lead with Leo. Groot comes from the center. Who's going to be? Swaxton coming from the right side. Oh, Dinley has his feet. It's too close. I don't know.
It is Bruno Sancho of Portugal 1, it says in the chat, and Portugal 1 is Jose Pereira.
All right. So Jose takes sprint number 1. We move back to Group B to see the situation.
Quickly, Shadow and Davi attacked with Joe Whiteley on the wheel, but I think the groups will merge now. 5 kilometers to go, and it's almost merged. But Piero is spending a lot. But I think they merged. Yes, and now Shadow has the lead, and it's 4 kilometers, and everyone is here. Let us see what they can do. I don't see. Yeah, Joe.
We already see sprint train speeding up. The sprint is about to be launched. We have Shadow in a good position. Leo goes with, Hazing goes with Molar. It's definitely too soon. Let's see.
Pierre position is very good. Pierre position is very good. There goes Pierre in the center. I think
it's for Joe Whiteley. It's for Joe Whiteley, and I didn't see it's Piero, and I don't know if French 2 is Hazing or
No, Pierre French 2 is guessing, I think. Yes.
So that was just completely insane. Too fast to even try and make sentences, but Joe White living up to his name as a solid sprinter, taking the stage. Then we have Piero and
the slipstreams were very important, and I think Joe.
Yeah, and I think he definitely took advantage of that. With this said, we go back to Group A.
Yes, and Kingmaker has decided to bridge up, or attempted to bridge together with Sarro and Demar, his 82 sprinter. But yes, Dinley that has chosen to attack the group, trying to get away and trying to get those guaranteed points.
But Groot is responding.
And yet behind it is Kingmaker that is attacking, but Swanson has seen this coming from a mile away, attacking into the corner, never too smart. Kingmaker committing to it anyway, and dragging the others up.
Take us to the front one. Let's see if Dinley can...
Yeah, he is trying to hold on. It is
he's gonna launch now.
On a maximum effort.
See if he hasn't. Oh, here comes Swaxon comes strong. Oh, and but here's Kingmaker. Kingmaker coming strong, but
it looks like it was Kingmaker, and it says it is actually Dinley that still manages to take it.
Oh my god!
The stream is like 5 FPS. Is really like lagging a lot.
No, it's slow. Tuan, do you have it set at 15 FPS and 720?
Yeah,
Where it? We will have a restart of your Discord at the end of the stage, but right now we will see the end of the actual stage. Yeah. But massive mess in that sprint, and Dinley, even though he appeared to block his own rider, still managed to find the speed and the slipstream to get the win.
Yeah, I bet he'll be happy with that. That would have been really awkward if he had thrown away those points with a
mistake. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just poor timing.
We have an attack by Leo Falandri.
Yeah, and Swaxon is going to pace after it here on the flat. I don't know why he would attack. I think people on the flat, especially, like, you just need one rider and then you're completely fine. You can just follow the others when you're in 80k to go. And Leo committing to it, actually putting 82 in front as well. Jose bridging up, and then
Swaxon as well. Kingmaker doesn't want to let them go, pacing really hard to try and catch them. He's not attacking though. Let's see if Groot does. He doesn't.
And there he goes anyway. And then
but Kingmaker goes, Dinley goes, and Groot has to go.
Yeah. Oh. This is. I was surprised the Kingmaker took so long to attack up. And Leo is going to go now.
Wow, Leo.
Okay.
Leo is really aggressive. And there goes Swaxon going like a rocket.
That would be really interesting right now. Instead of responding to this attack, making an attack of your own with your GC rider and see if you can take a minute like that sneakily.
Right now, yeah, that would be a great opportunity. As everyone focuses on the sprint, that could be actually something that could work.
Yep. But everything calming now down a little bit. I'm just waiting for the next attack.
But those
are really dropping the pace, I think. And if
those were really some. Oh, Kingmaker does it! Kingmaker does it! Kingmaker, listen to us. It's too late.
Actually, it's not chill at the front. Jose Pereira has gone off the front.
Oh
People
my!
are paying their
Attacks
attention now.
everywhere. That was brilliant.
Actually, Kingmaker has managed to make a gap, but everyone will be paying attention to this and will be trying to close it, which also could mean this is a very interesting opportunity.
And there goes Swaxon. Swaxon attacks. It's a mess. It's a mess in the end.
Just Pereira just positioning his rider on the wheel of Groot and hoping for him to close all the gaps behind. It has calmed down.
Kingmaker got caught, but that was Jose Pereira insists with Mandel, so let's see if he can take it to the end. 5 kilometers to go.
It would be very interesting to see if he can actually make it bar.
That was chaotic, though. So, like I said, flight stages can be fun.
Yeah, definitely. They have to make them. They
24 seconds. He's not gonna make it. Everyone pacing. The trains are made. They are preparing for the sprint. They are about to launch. There goes Dinley. Jose is dead. He's chosen the wheel. Let's see what he can do. We have Leo.
And is he gonna come through? No, he's gonna get blocked.
He got blocked. He got blocked, and it goes for.
Is Dinley.
It's Dinley again. Dinley
and Leo.
Shadow. Leo. And then Groot 4th. We have Swaxon 5th, and Jose 6th.
There might be a time gap here. This should count.
Oh, it's Swaxon and Kingmaker?
And Kingmaker making a little gap toward Leo Falandri and then a little gap to the rest of the peloton.
What an amazing ending. Will this count, though? Because flight stages are usually...
I don't
think so, yeah. I definitely don't think so. I've done this before.
You would hope so.
I would hope so, but that's not how these stages tend to work. I've done this before, and the reward I had was take the same time and shut the F up. That's what PCM told me. So let's see. Let's see. But this was an amazing ending. What's the situation on your group, Guy? Has it already started?
Yes, sorry. Yes, it started, and we have a breakaway with 11 men, including the yellow jersey and some other sprinters that are just trying to pass the Class P, so they can get a big difference with more points. I mean, they want to get more points in the intermediate sprint.
So there are no gaps, and we move to the other group. Tell us specifically what break do we have?
We have guessing with his sprinter, also the yellow jersey. So not Shadow. Sorry, who is the yellow jersey? I forgot.
Joe. It's Joe Whiteley. It's Mark Clay.
Also Pierre with his sprinter, and I think the French, Pierre too, with his sprinter. They are trying to pass the sprinter so they can get the sprint points just after the downhill. But
that's precisely what I would do. Put my sprint in the break, see if he could get to that intermediate sprint. That would be golden, and pretty much help make sure that he is the one fighting for the points classification.
Guessing will pass the first in the Col de Potet-Aspé, what means a lot of points for him. Yes. And Joe is there, Shadow is there, and Joe is attacking. It's bridging with Yates, right? The 78 mountain then. Joe is bridging. Yes. It's a move that he did late to try to bridge the gap, and the difference is already 3 minutes with Yates from the peloton. Will it be important at the end of the stage? I don't know.
We will see. Right now, we have a considerable distance for this break. So let's see how the sprint goes. We are just close to it. 6.7 to go.
It's just there, and everyone is together.
Shadow is attacking with Mesgak.
Attack by
it's Mesgak going for it because there is a short downhill afterwards.
Yeah,
and
but it's not gonna. But everyone is gonna catch up.
Yes, it's going to be a 4 people fighting: Piero, Joe, Davi, and Shadow.
Piero actually has 2 riders here, so he can launch a very good sprint.
Yes, Piero can launch, and everyone.
And there goes Joe, and there goes. I think they might have gone too soon. Let's see. Piero is gonna fly by them, but I think Joe still gets it.
I think too. It's going to be good for Italy 1, so Davi. Davi gets it.
Oh my!
No, Italy 1 is Piero. Sorry, Italy 1 is Piero.
We've watched some really close sprints here.
Yeah, but Piero takes it. What is a good point for him? But still, the points jersey leader is Shadow, if I'm not wrong, because he took like P3 and he had a lead on the others.
Definitely think that knowing that Piero had 2 riders, I don't know if everyone, but I think at least Shadow and Joe definitely launched a little bit too soon.
And MA is focusing on Rosa. The 78 mountain of Davi is also on the breakaway, and they have a 7 minutes 30 advantage over the peloton. Davi, with his 78, same for Joe Whiteley, they have a 7 minute and a half advantage over the peloton. Very, very interesting.
Wait, Joe Whiteley has Yates there as well?
Yes, I think.
Oh my! That's,
I'm not sure. I think.
I think so. Right? I think I saw. Did he drop him?
Is Yates there, Emia? Yes, Yates is there. Right.
All right.
Yes, Yates is there.
So this could be a very interesting tactical situation developing here for both Joe and Davi.
I agree. And now we're going to start Col de la Cor. And it's going to be fun. Let us see what they can do. I think who more has the 78? Piero with the Pozzo Vivo is the 78. I'm not sure. Is Pozzo Vivo the 78? Not sure.
It is.
So Piero too with the 78. Very good situation.
Oh, we have some pace from Davi.
And some pace in the group too, because the difference was 7 minutes and a half. And now
let's see who's pacing. It's Shadow, actually.
Yeah, because Shadow doesn't have the 78 mountain in the group.
Indeed. So there's still a considerable gap, though.
Yep, and the 78 of Shadow has an advantage over the peloton, I think, because the peloton, I mean, over the other 78 riders, because he had the 78.
Yeah, he was on the breakaway of the stage 1, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Davi is pacing so hard that he's actually breaking from the group.
Yeah, 20-second gap here. Let's see who's the first to try and dispute it. Right now, Davi loses his first helper.
Pelucci is waiting for the group. And
wise decision. He died on that sprint, and Davi goes for it. 13 seconds only still. 7 kilometers to go. Hazing catches him. Joe has 4 men in there because Clay is also in there still.
Yeah. Very good.
Very good energy management on him.
Let us see.
McClay definitely helping keep his riders in energy saving mode, so to speak.
Yep.
And setting up a pace now. 4.9 to go.
Do we have news from Tuan Group? Tuan,
yes, we have launched. It's been a very quiet start to the stage as we are going over the Col de Porte. It is a Kingmaker that has his 82 sprint out in front.
We have 3.3 kilometers to finish the Col de la Cor here, so we might do that and then move back to your group. See how this goes?
I think Tuan crashed.
All right.
Okay. We stay here because Tuan crashed.
Yeah, we stay here. 2.1 to go.
You crashed, Tuan. You need to stream again.
Here goes Joe with Cummings and I think Yates on his wheel. I'm not entirely sure, but he's sprinting for those points. It's Yates.
I think Yates is going to take it. Yes.
And it's Piero doing second and Leo.
It's less physically exhausting time, but it's more stressful.
Not Leo.
Hazing, sorry. Hazing.
Yes.
Hazing does third. So, Tuan, are you ready to... do you have your stream back on? let's move back to your group and see how things are. Wait.
Hello?
Yeah, you did crash for a little bit there.
Yes, I have no clue what happened. So what is happening in the group is Kingmaker is going for those intermediate sprint points with Demar, and he is going to get them as well. Then we have Leo Falandri with his Hill Rider in the break, 1.5 minutes ahead of the peloton, and a minute ahead of Dinley with his Hill Rider, who won't be taking that many points. The rest of the players, Groot, Jose, and Swaxon just chilling in the peloton and watching on as the others go.
Yeah, I'm having. I cannot see Twan's stream.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot see your stream. I mean, we're going immediately back to Group B. There are 282 mountain riders dropped. Who are them, Guy?
Sorry, what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
We have 282 mountain riders dropped in your group. What is the current situation?
It's Guessing and Pierre. I was watching as they crossed the top of the mountain. They lost some time, so they are pushing hard on the peloton now. So maybe Pierre and Guessing are in a very bad situation.
Pierre is about to join back. Hazing, on the other hand, still has a long way to go. They're definitely going to lose some energy with this. Hazing especially.
If they work together, that I don't know if they are going to do, they can really kill Guessing here.
Yeah, we have no news of Twan. Finally, I can see him. No, I cannot.
This man is just trash talking me without good reason.
No, oh, finally. There we go. It is working. And who won the intermediate sprint one?
It was Kingmaker with his sprinter. He has since been dropped by Leo, who has gone with his sprinter and his Hill Rider. The rest is pretty much all back together as Jose Pereira is leading the peloton.
All right. And Guy, how are things in your group?
We start to climb the Col de la Trappe with the front group with everyone together again, 10 people. But in the peloton, there is some collaboration, at least to work against the Guessing that still didn't enter the group. Is trying to do it now, but it's going to be hard. And Pierre is doing the bridge more or less, I think. And now we have to move. Davi moves. Davi moves in the peloton. 82 mountain of Davi moves in the peloton.
Let's move to that group.
Instantly, Piero tries to follow, but it's too late, and David's advantage is to 30 seconds now. Let's see if they can work together to recover. Now it's Guessing on the front as he approached the group, but he's not going to work a lot because he spent already a lot of bars. So I guess it's going to be in the hands of Piero to reduce this gap with Davi. It's a very good move by Davi.
It's a very good move, but it's also a very long distance. Do you think that he can get some gainings out of a move like this at this point?
Yes. Lucas, Rosa, and Cataldo dropped from the main group, and now he's going to bridge. Davi is going to bridge before, just after this climb, and just to try to put his men on the break. Oh, and the Guessing attack for the mountain points.
Amazing attacks for the mountain points. Joe Whiteley tried to steal them, but it was too late. He's still gonna get third place.
Yes, but it's too late. And Davi, look to the move of Davi. Look to the bridge. He's waiting just in the moment, and he's trying to bridge. And in the peloton, there is no longer collaboration.
Joe Whiteley is attacking as well.
Yes. People have less and less domestics each time.
That is a complete mess because more and more people are going for it.
Davi destroyed the game. And now it's not going to be peaceful anymore. Davi, 4 men, just as expected, 4 men for Davi, and now it's going to be a push to reduce this 3-minute gap and get to the front. Let us see if he can.
Let's see if he can do it. Juan, how are things there?
things are blowing up in this group. Leo
Let's
has
move there.
to getting the KOM points with his Hill Rider. Everyone is moving their 78 up into the breakaway with a helper or two, and Kingmaker decided to get in on the fun with his 82 Mountain. He has a bit of a gap, but it is Leo that just closed it for everyone else as well, although these are some very small margins that if they open up they could very well become gaps as well, but Jose seems to be having none of it as he drops his rider back into the gap, although he has missed the split, but he'll be coming back over the downhill, dropping his rider too far back, and luckily getting him going. Was a bit worried there for him that he would abandon him, but he has unfortunately become useless just then.
And in
A
this
lot of action in both groups. Ski, how are things going there?
we just got Davi on the front. Davi on the front, he recovered quickly the 3 minutes. Now it's Davi going alone. He's trying to attack the group. Piero is trying to follow, but
We move to Guy Fiti's group. Sorry, keep going.
brilliant by Davi. Davi just broke the group. The only one to follow is Piero Ciacca, 78, Domenico Pozzovivo, while Joe just came into the group. Now he's basically 30 seconds behind Davi. He can still recover them. And I think Gesink is also around, but only this 78, not his 82, if I'm not wrong. Yes,
And
he's
Shadow and Piero definitely trying to
Race is
cut that
completely
gap, but
broken.
it's not working.
Race is completely broken, and Davi has a very good advantage. Davi, if Davi waits for Joe and they can collaborate in the flat parts, it can be good. It can be very good.
Yeah. Who does Hazing have there? Is it his leader? Did he manage to get back?
Who? Sorry?
Or is it Leo in this group?
Guessing.
French.
It's guessing. Guessing.
Did he manage to get his leader back?
But guessing is the 78, not the leader.
His leader.
The leader of guessing is alone on the wheel of Shadow.
Oh, that is not a good position to be in. Davi is about to be caught. 21 seconds still.
Joe is just there. It's just there, but he needs to catch him before the climb is over. And now it's the 7.
And here he is, and he does.
And guessing on the move, I think. Yes, guessing is trying to bridge too, but it's too late. 1 minute 40 is not recoverable in this climb, and it's not going to be in the next one too. So Molar takes more.
Hazing takes the sprint, and then Joe does a 2-3, right?
Yes, but Hazing is taking a lot of points in the mountain classification, and that's crucial. That's very important. He's going to probably be leading the mountain classification after this stage.
Definitely needs it, as he risks losing time with Barley after having to do that recovering after that gap.
Certain. And now it's time to show off a bit. It's 3 kilometers to go. If Joe can maintain his third domestic, this group is good. This group can go to the win.
We're going to see the end of this climb, and as soon as that happens, we will be moving back to Tuan's group. Right now, Joe is pushing. He still has 3 guys. Davi has 2.
If Joe can push the 3 riders to the top, it can be good. It can only be good. Now Davi is forcing a bit, but
let's see.
Joe is there, and Joe is going to take it. I think the attack by the guessing should be now.
But it's gonna be Piero, I think. Yeah, Piero.
Pozzovivo's off.
Piero Hazing, Davi, I think.
Yeah, there goes the leader of Shadow alone, and there goes the leader of Piero alone. That is very bad news. They should. Shadow has no one in the front. Piero has Pozzovivo. Piero should put Pozzovivo waiting for his leader and recover the difference in the flat part. But this one looks very good to Joe and Davi. I think they will take a lot of time on general classification in this.
As this mess keeps going on, Tuan, how are things there?
And the race is blowing up here.
We move back to Tuan's group. Yeah, keep going, sorry.
There were a lot of attempts to make breakaways, but it was continuously Kingmaker that kept closing them with his 82. But after a while, someone else behind must have let the gap fall, and Kingmaker has his 82, Pierre Latour, in the breakaway, together with his 74 and 78. Dinley going to be sucking the wheels with his 78, and the same goes for our friend Grootmeister. Swagson bridging up, and Kingmaker needs to make some pace. He needs to get some sort of breakaway going and some gifted time, because from what I've seen, I would be surprised if he gets better than safe on GC.
Yeah, and he's not doing it. He's not going for it. Everyone is back together.
It makes, to me, it makes very little sense what he's doing. He's been riding in 5-man trains. Latour has been in third position in some of the trains. So clearly he can't have been protecting him all the time. So, especially against players such as Jose and Leo, Swagson as well, they're just going to punish you for doing stuff like that, I think.
Things seem to have calmed down a bit as we go to the call that Danier, I hope I pronounced that well.
Watch Slow-Me murder you in chat in a minute.
Slow-Me, did I pronounce that well? Call Danier? I don't know. I'm waiting for him to respond.
And currently it is a big 59 party. If you... it's a very nasty climb, very steep at the bottom, but in the end you really would like a few domestiques there, because it really flattens out.
Guy, how are things in your group?
Things are going very, very fast, as Joe and Davi are relaying very good because they know it's good. But now, only 15 seconds back, there is some leaders that are trying to join the main group, and there he goes. Piero joins the main group, and so does Shadow.
We are moving back to Group B.
Pierre too. They joined the front group, but they have spent more bars than the leader, I think, and this will be good for. It looks good for Joe. It looks good for Davi.
It does look very good. Pierre and Shadow isolated here. Pierre also only has one guy. I think it's with Nibali. I don't know who it is.
Attacked by Davi.
Davi goes for it again.
Yes, Davi always goes for it, and now Joe is the one that needs to react, and the others will be too tired to react, I think. And this can be
And
good.
Joe reacts, and he still has 3 men. That might be an advantage here for him.
And now it works as it should, and they can open a gap to Piero and to...
Yeah, Cummings just died, but he was vital in getting Joe quickly to respond to Davi. Let's see if Joe can save him a little bit for the beginning of the climb, but it might.
However, there is someone that is not at all here, that is Guessing. Guessing will finish 6th in the overall, as he has no man, neither on the front group, neither on the second group. So,
desperate situation for him. He will need to do something in the final mountain stage.
It looks good for him in the mountain classification, but it's not enough to win.
It's not enough. Yeah, he needs stages, and he needs to try and turn the tables on the final stage.
Yes, even if he wins the KOM, he needs at least to be 4th or 5th with a big combination of results in the general to have an option, and it looks bad for him now.
We have Joe and Davi that seem to have the stage for one of them to take. They seem to have the first 2 places guaranteed at this point.
I'm absolutely sure they have the 2 first.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 2 first positions, and I would be quite.
I would be very shocked if it didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be totally shocked. I don't see. Now it's Davi pushing, and I think will be a 2 of Joe versus 1 of Davi very soon.
Oh, and in our group it looks like Swagson was about to go, but Leo Fernande quick to respond. Earlier we had another attack by Kingmaker, and he has made it into the front, doing very good business, like Guessing is apparently doing Group B in the KOM classification, but he will very much need it, because GC, I don't think it's going to look all too good for him at the end of the day.
There seems to be a very good understanding between these 2 here in Group B, so I definitely think that the only thing we need to know is which one is going to win the mountain sprint. And in mountain sprints, both are good at them. Joe is very good at them as well. Who do you think can have the advantage here?
I think Joe has the advantage in bars because he had 3 riders while Davi was walking with 2, and I think will be soon a 2 versus 1 with Joe having the advantage. The point is, then Joe needs to work. If Joe walks and not attack, will be 1 versus 1, and my money is on Davi. If he attacks and Davi has to react, it will be more complicated to Davi, but I'm not sure. And
If for some reason it comes to a actual mano sprint, my money isn't Joe Whiteley.
The domestic is off, and Piero is now for P3, but the domestic of Davi is off, and is a 2 versus 1, as predicted.
Yeah. He says, Joe says Yates is nearly dead. Let's see if he's oh no, he is actually being truthful,
Yeah.
as Yates.
And now it's a 1 versus 1, but they should
It's a 1v1.
They should be careful, because the difference is only 1 minute to Piero, and it is good for both that difference is the most they can, because first and second in the general classification will give them a big advantage to pass the round.
Oh, here comes Neville, but they need to keep working together.
Piero is now coming, and Shadow is coming just behind, and I think it will be the final positions like this, with Piero third and Shadow fourth, but I'm not sure because...
but Pierre's still there?
Yes, Pierre also there, so let us see. Pierre is there, and Pierre now is relaying. Pierre was disappeared all stage long.
Here comes Hazing, but he's very much behind.
No, it's going to be impossible to guess him.
3 kilometers to go. Christopher Froome versus Fabio Aru, I think.
Yes, so it's going to be a Joe versus Davi, and Joe is pretty much on the air now. Let us see if we can break Davi there, but Davi is unbreakable, I think.
Yeah, 1.7 to go. It looks like we have everything to see a mano between two great mountain sprinters.
There goes Davi on the front. There is going to be a mass sprint between the two of them. Let's see.
Davi makes the move.
And Joe is the second.
Joe manages the sprint. Now he launches. I think he's going to take it. He's going to take it. Joe Whiteley takes the win. Winner. Chicken dinner.
The win is for Davi.
Oh my God, Joe died. Oh,
miscalculation by Joe there. Piero is going to lose 1 minute and 20, and Piero will finish fourth 1 minute 40, and Racing is going to beat Shadow.
This was a shocking ending. First of all, I thought Joe had it. He died. Then Hazing comes back from the dead, beats Shadow. What a great ending. We move back to Twan's group. How are things going there?
Perfect timing as well. We're about to start the Plateau de Baye. It was Dindy, the only person that was able to carry a fourth rider over the final climb before the Plateau de Baye here. And he has finally used him to put Gonçalves in the breakaway, and Leo was attentive to it, as he also managed to put Guillaume Martin in there, and I think both of them have done a very good job here, as these will have some extra bars, especially Leo not having to invest anything in this, and just being able to drop Guillaume Martin back whenever he would like to. And let's see if anyone
there seems to be a tactical advantage there for both of them at this point.
Definitely.
Also interesting, the chat is saying that the French are dead on my group. It's a bit true. F for sure is putting Finn, and Gabi commented that Davi is getting stronger and stronger. It is true. Davi is a bit like the wine. The older he gets, the better.
It was an incredible win by Davi, and it was really close. At one point, it really it really looked like Joe had it, but Davi out of nowhere, like a rocket, speeding up, taking the win. Fantastic from Davi.
Selected for you.
Yes, Davi always knows the perfect timing for these mountain sprints, and he proves himself once again as one of the best in the world. And I think he's practically is almost sure he's on the final right now.
Yeah, as we had talked about, and Emma is also saying the same as we discussed a little bit earlier, but he's adding something that is interesting to see the tactic now between Davi and Joe, and it will be because they have everything to cooperate and do 1 and 2 in GC, but if they do war to each other, that might damage them. I completely agree with this.
Yeah, no, but I think the others now will have to fight against Davi and Joe together, and that is a very important point. If Davi and Joe work together, if Davi and Joe are always controlling things, I don't see a way that they can lose.
Yeah, we are talking about very two smart players that if they get attacked, I think they know that they must work together to keep those two those two positions that will give them access to the final.
Yes, the sprint classification is now on the hands of Shadow, but Shadow is last on GC, and the mountain classification in the hands of the Guessing, but Guessing is fifth. So it looks good for the both of them. Third place is still pretty much open. So let's see what they can do. Piero Chaka has a very good advantage on
in the other group, it is Groot that is gonna go.
Groot is moving.
The riders of Leo and Dindy have been ruled in. They weren't able to make tactical advantage out of it, and it is Kingmaker that is gonna chase Groot down. And Kingmaker, the person with most likely the worst bars in this group, unfortunately ruining the attack here for Groot. It was a 59 party up to the top so far, and it looks like that is gonna recommence.
We're gonna see a let's call it a mass sprint in the mountain between several of these leaders.
It feels like it, and opportunity to punish Kingmaker for his poor energy management and going for the KOM is also going to go out of the window, as he's going to have too much bars to still drop him by a significant margin, I think.
Yes,
interesting rhythm by Swaxon there, not being afraid to bite the bullet and take the front of the race, and he's ramping up his pace.
Jose is moving perfectly on the back of the group, trying to save the much bars he can, but it's going to be, I think, a mass sprint between all of these guys, and let us see if they can break someone. But it's 3 kilometers, and everyone has still 2 riders. That is going to be...
Swaxon loses his domestique, and he's alone with 2.9 to go.
The thing is, Swaxon wouldn't have accelerated, I think, if he wasn't convinced he would make it to the top.
Yes.
That's the thing.
I think it's going to be a mass sprint and nothing more.
Yeah.
Giuseppe Leva now trying to get a good position for the sprint that is about to begin. Let's see who can take it.
Everyone is alone.
Giuseppe from the right side, and the left side Kingmaker, Leo, Groot, and Swaxon in the center. Dinley behind. He might have lost positioning here.
Dinley position is just following the wheels of Leo Falandri.
That's not going to work for him. That's not going to work for him. And I think Leo, it's going to be close.
It's going to be Leo.
Rolling forward all the time. It is Leo from
It's Leo and it's Swaxon and it's Groot. 1, 2, 3.
Kingmaker survives for the Portuguese as Dinley did the bad tactic and just finished 5th, just ahead of Jose Pereira.
Yeah. The thing is, Dinley did the bad tactic, but still managed to beat Jose Pereira. That I think might have been a bit too conservative there. He did not have a good positioning at the preparation for the sprint. He tried to recover that, and he did, but it seemed he did not time it well, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Compliments to Kingmaker, who has taken a lot of K1 points and no loss of time in GC.
I was gonna say that it seems that Kingmaker actually found a way to use the energy he had left to not only take the KOM points but still stay on the same time. We are waiting to see if there is any time loss. Ski, how is your group going?
My group didn't start stage 3 yet.
Okay, then we will stay here to see if there are any possible time gaps. Also, I doubt it, but let's just be sure, as we have to wait for the other group to start anyway. Interesting to see that Dinley chose to take a wheel in a mountain sprint at that point. I think that was a big mistake.
Yeah, it seems very massive.
I agree.
Just get him next to the radar.
What, sorry?
Go Tuan. I'm saying that.
Okay, Tuan, you were saying?
Yeah, I think it's just a very passive move and not really something you would want to go for. But apparently Dinley did. As we can see, Kingmaker in the leader's jersey, 10 points ahead of, in the K1 jersey, 10 points ahead of Leo Falandri, and then another 5 points more on another rider of himself. So Kingmaker really doing a good job in the KOM
Watch
so
out,
far.
a team leader is
And
falling
we shall
behind.
head towards stage 3.
All right, we move towards Group B, where third stage has already begun. I assume, Guy, that nothing is going on.
Nothing still. We just
Limping Miss
started the
gets onto the
stage now.
attack.
And Shadow is on the move with Joe. They are trying.
First attack being made.
To break
I
away.
think these attacks are all the attacks for the intermediate sprint, as we expect that to be interesting. And I think Guessing is also attacking with the mountain jersey, so he's trying to get some mountain points. And for now, Davi is just controlling. Different approach from Joe and David. Joe tries to put people on the breakaway. David tries to control the breakaway. Interesting. We have the chat saying that easy 1 to 3, yeah, and the Groot third. Finn celebrates. Leo is the best in sprint mountain, says Gabi. Yes, he won. And Slomi says that the Portuguese are not. How do you say insupportable in English?
Unbearable.
Unbearable. Yeah, unbearable. So yeah. We are going to see if this break can get some difference. Okay. This group is with Shadow and Joe and Piero and Guessing and also Pierre. So everyone besides David, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Let them approach the intermediate sprint, and we are going to see who can come in the top. I don't think David cares at this point, but it's Joe actually pushing on the group. So we can see that Joe doesn't want a lot of difference. He just wants to pass with his sprinter on top. Tuan, you join me here because Sean is not here for 3 or 4 minutes. So if you can, join me a bit.
Sure.
In the commentary.
Let me tune in. Watch the stream of Maya. There we have Pierre. Our group just launched as well. Attacks already going off the front. That's for 78 in the breakaway quickly.
So yeah, we saw now that Davi is still putting some pace. He's just controlling at this point. He doesn't have a lot to lose from people sprinting for the intermediate sprint. He just don't want to get them too far away. So yeah, Joe also doing the same. They clearly are on the same page, and they should. They are two very good players with that can take very good decisions, and I think this is clutch for them both. Intermediate sprint is coming fast. 4 kilometers. I see very good collocation by both Shadow and Guessing, and it's going to be a mass sprint now. Let us see. It's going to be for someone is coming fast, the green jersey, but it's going to be for Shadow maybe. Close, go. I think maybe Shadow, not sure.
Matteo Pellicci is off.
No. Oh yes, it's Shadow. Yes, Shadow. Shadow wins. What means Shadow retakes the lead on the point jersey, right, Emil? Show me just in case I'm not wrong. Because Joe.
We have an team attack by Groot with the 82 mountain. He is one of the two people in the breakaway that has their 78 there as well. But Groot has now attacked with his 82. And everyone has to be alert. Joseph Pereira, alert to the task, and he is going to try and chase it down in the front group. We're going to head toward the intermediate sprint, of course, very important for the points classification, as we see that Dinley, Kingmaker, and Leo are ready to battle for it. Groot here as well with his sprinter, and actually same for Swaxon. I think one person is missing. No, actually all 6 of them are here. And
I think Dinley position is very good. Let us see, but now
that's too early for Groot. That is too early for Groot. And Jose is going to come around on the right side. And actually, Groot makes it. Yes, Groot makes it.
Not
and
to
comfortably
yes,
as well.
yes.
But,
Jose is only P2 and Dinley P3. I like the collocation, but now the peloton is not letting Groot go anywhere.
Nope,
Of course,
they're going to keep him at 20 seconds, and that is exactly where you should keep him. Give him a little bit of hope that he can make it a little bit further, but keep him on a tight leash in reality. It has gone up to 35 seconds. It's jumping a little bit. It's almost like in real life where motors reposition themselves. But of course, this is just a game. So why it keeps jumping quite significantly, quite surprising.
yep. And Leo is complaining about the motos. Always same. Motos and cars in this PCM are quite annoying.
Perhaps.
I have a very good news for fans. According to my recent insight, in the next PCM, it's going to stay the same.
Aye. That is
Congratulations.
not things you want to hear. Leo dropping back one of his riders to the peloton to help out with the chase. And here it is Kingmaker that keeps pressing on. He is the person with the 78 other than Groot in here. So no one should be helping him. And indeed, that is what they are doing. Just sitting on the wheel of Kingmaker. Groot now the excuse that he probably is going to eventually drop back half Vorsen. I guess he is going to try and make it over the second category climbing.
If we can shortly go to my group, where Pierre is going very good pace at the climb. We are already in the middle of the climb. And Pierre is going fast, Guessing is going fast, and Shadow is dropping a bit from the group. I think he has no mountain man here, and the one that has his 78 mountain is Pierre, if I'm not wrong. Oh, and Shadow is moving on the group. Shadow is moving on the peloton, trying to at least put some pace. Let us see if he's going to attack. But the climb is almost over, and Shadow is putting some pace. Now we are going to a small downhill and then the real climb. Passo di Monte Croce. So in the front is still Piero putting the pace with Pierre too. And no, now it's Shadow actually. Shadow passed to the front. I don't know what is the goal of Shadow here, because he has not a man to fight the mountain points, so I don't know. And the peloton just catched Nikolai D from Guessing, and the difference is down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let us see who pushes here. Is Davi controlling the brake?
As I return, and I do apologize for my absence, but the technical issues that I faced on the studio are now solved. How goes the race?
Groot has team attacked and has now got 1.5 minutes, as the cooperation behind is not actually that great. Leo Flandry asking Dinley to work. Dinley saying he's 10 seconds down, and that is a lot of time. So he is not putting in any work. And it is Kingmaker out front with 3 of his riders, the 78 mountain being the most important one there.
All right, the two groups are similarly close. Let's see what is going on. I'm taking a look at both, and we'll stick with Twan's group for a little bit.
Yes, Groot should try and carry Christoph over just to have him do the downhill. Of course, not the best downhill rider, but actually Jose is going to sprint into the downhill to make sure that he can't keep Christoph. Doing some free work though for Groot, which I'm sure Groot will just as well appreciate. Yeah, I guess that was to make sure that Christoph wouldn't come back, but you wouldn't use him for too much more anyway. And the gap is growing to 2 minutes, as it seems Leo Falandri is having to do a lot on his own. Although earlier I did see Jose Pereira helping him, and I bet he still is.
It still seems to be the case, yes.
Yeah.
Interesting move from Groot here. What's his distance in the GC?
Just 10 seconds behind. Actually, only 6 seconds behind. He came third in the bunch sprint up Plateau de Baye. And, well, now an all or nothing move, pretty much, to try and make the final. Although, if you make it over the first category climb here, you should be fine, really, regardless of your bar.
I was going to say it's not a bad stage to try this because even if you fail in getting the gap going until the end, if you manage your bars decently enough, you will still be in the final sprint.
Yeah, I think these hills after are just too short to actually be able to drop someone. The only way you would be dropped, I think, there is if you're sleeping, but you have only one rider to manage at that point in this scenario, so you wouldn't be. It's very simple.
So 2 minutes are still the distance between Peloton and E1.
Attack by Nibali, attack by Piero Chuck in my group. The 82 Mountain of Piero attacks and opens a 1 minute almost gap with the Peloton right now.
Well, we move to that group.
It's Shadow and Piero. Both are attacking. See that his only chance is to break Davi and to break Joe. And they are going for it. Oh, and Davi breaks Joe. Joe drops from the main group. It's time for probably to Guessing to attack, but instead Guessing is just pushing. I can't understand why Guessing is pushing. And he's going to sprint for the mountain points. He takes it easily.
He continues his strategy of taking the KOM.
Very beautiful graphics, by the way. If it's the work of EMEA, congratulations.
It is.
So yeah, we see Piero and Shadow in a very, very brave move, open 45 seconds gap. They need to move now, and Davi needs to control it. I didn't know why Guessing was pushing, and now he just stays there as he should. And now it's time to Joe and Davi. Joe and Davi need to work together. Let us see if they can reduce the gap quickly.
Oh, not my stage, says correcting me. All right then. Still some very good graphics.
Quick update from this group. Kingmaker has gone all in with a 78, trying to take the KOM, dropping all his helpers and sacrificing him in the process. And now he has a minute, which he's gonna 59 down in the flat. It makes little sense to me. Groot has made a move, trying to save his hill rider and 78 Mountain. He has put Vos at the front to work, and it has paid off for him as he has both of them over the top. And there was an acceleration in the peloton, and Swaxon dragging the group clear, it seems. Jose Pereira called out at the moment.
Interesting situation developing here in this group. Meanwhile, in the other group, we see right now that the situation also hasn't changed that much. There's still around 2 minutes difference for the main break and the yellow jersey group.
Yeah, situation is pretty much stable right now.
All right, we'll stay with Group A for a little bit more.
The fog is disturbing as the 15-second gap for Jose Pereira is going to close. No one helping out Swaxon. Interesting. Jose Pereira, already the second time that he has been caught out over the top of one of these mountains, and maybe playing a bit too far back, and some people are trying to punish it from time to time. Groot still has 2 minutes. They shouldn't fall into the trap of relaxing too much here, otherwise Groot gets a free pass to the final.
Definitely. And about the situation you were mentioning with Jose, it's definitely one of the main risks of doing that energy management where you stay at to try and save more, you stay in the back. There's always a risk that someone's going to try and take advantage of that. Seems he was caught twice. Let's see if that will come back to punish him later on.
Indeed.
It's going to be close. Yes, it's not clear what will be the solution of the final result. I mean, of this group.
2:23. It seems Groot is definitely getting that gap under control. They shouldn't sleep here.
The problem is Leo and Dinley can get these two riders back. but that means they are not working in the front group because they are trying to get them back, which leaves Kingmaker and who is the other person? Is Jose? Yeah, Jose is also not doing anything, just having three leaders of his. And the time trialist here, just not willing to sacrifice the time trialist, I guess. And I guess Kingmaker is all in on the breakaway or something. I don't understand what he's doing.
The only person that's
getting no help.
The only person that seems to be working is Swax, and Leo, meanwhile, the actual yellow jersey isn't moving one finger.
Yep. And he has got his rider back, but they are completely dead. So what have you waited for? Makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if waiting for those riders, if that's the outcome, if they're dead, it's gonna be messy. 216, the gap still stands.
Like, of course, Groot has to work very hard, and he has to sacrifice Bistrom to actually have some sort of gap, but you still have to close it at some point, and at the moment is where you should be able to play out that advantage. Whereas if you want to put pressure on this big first category climb and threaten Groot that he has to burn up his 78 and that he has to go solo basically, in which case he isn't gonna have it's just a screwed situation because you still have a solid 60 kilometers to go from the top, and you'll have you'll have helpers behind then. You can just chase them down because some of those important helpers are being carried up for free by Groot as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I do expect that on that first cut, the distance is going to be shortened quite a bit. So that will be the key moment of this race.
Yes, Groot is he has to play to keep his 78 over, and everyone else behind will have to play to make this as big a risk as possible for Groot.
While in my group, they are going to start now the first category climb, the Quel di Forca, where the difference is 1 minute and 30 between the front group, where the 82 mountain of Piero and Shadow is, and also the 82 mountain of Pierre, right, Emil?
Let's go to that group then and see that first.
No, it's not 82. Climb. Sorry, it's only 78. Sorry.
And there are no 82s then.
Yes, it's the 82 of both Piero and Shadow, but not Pierre. As the group is back with Davi and all the others, trying to unite both groups. But I think it's mainly going to be the work of Davi and Joe that needs to be made. And now the road is very, very narrow.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
And as the climb starts, let's see how the gap will stand and if Joe and Davi can actually work, because they're the ones that have more to lose with this situation right now.
Yes, they need to bridge now and bridge quick. Let us see if they can. Piero is losing riders, and these riders are almost blocking everyone, I think. And now it's Pierre trying to pass, and maybe it's the time to Pierre to try to join the front group. He's alone now. His 3 riders on the front group should wait for him. But they are not.
But they are not.
Just staying there for now. He should put at least one of them back now, because Davi is going to unite both groups, I think.
Yeah, and Joe trying to catch up.
But Davi's move is good. Now it's Joe trying to catch. Where is guessing? No one saw. And guessing is clearly not in a very good position right now. Oh, it's terrible. Let us see. The difference are getting closer and closer and closer. Guessing he's trying to be back, but he's in a very bad situation. And Shadow now with only 3 men on the front. And Piero will be soon with 3 men too.
Joe Whiteley still struggling, but still has time to close that gap and seems to be close to do so. See if
Piero with the 3 riders, yes. And everyone, I think, will pass the mountain with 3 guys.
Let's see if Joe can sustain the third rider because he's
except for guessing that it is nowhere to be seen.
okay. Joe is back. Let's see. Here he is, but he is alone with his leader, and only has one guy. Yeah,
with Martin, but he's not waiting with Martin.
Yeah, that would be wise, but he's focused on the KOM, but the KOM is not enough. And Davi is going for those points, takes them with Shadow second, and I don't know if it was Pierre that did third.
But I think that's very good for Davi, as Davi can also do a very good classification in the mountain classification. Even winning it, it's very possible.
Yeah, that was a great move from Davi.
In Group A, we have Groot still with 2 minutes, 3.5 kilometers under the top, and the group behind going really quickly and dropping some of their domestiques as they are going up.
As we move to Group A, keep going, Tom.
Everyone down to 2 at the moment here in the peloton. Some of the domestiques will be dropping back from the front group as Groot is going to drop them slowly but surely. Kingmaker is going to make a move with Roland for the K1 points. Groot is likely going to ignore it, trying to carry Lengtensund over the top and having a nice relay going into the downhill. And the
1:29. Can they close this gap before the end of the stage?
They're going to need some flawless cooperation, and with these 5 people, these 5 characters together, I'm not sure it's actually going to happen.
But that's
Groot
the
can't
issue
lose
there.
anything. Like Groot has put himself in the position where he can only win, I think.
Indeed. I mean, there's nothing to lose here because if he gets caught, he seems to have done a good enough energy management to go until the end if he gets caught. And here, there needs to be an actual cooperation between everyone, and I don't know if that will be the actual case.
Yes, certainly some of the riders should be dropping back from E1 as they will serve no purpose there except for challenge for the stage victory maybe. But I think there will be some requests from some of the other people to drop back the riders. Although I think it's going to be tough because they would all have to drop them back at the same time in order for that to go.
They don't seem inclined to do so, which is very weird given the situation right now.
Yeah, I would. I like personally. I would not
Pierre
like
attacks with his 82 guys. Sorry, Tuan, we are moving back to Group B. We have an attack on Group B.
We have a very, very, very big attack, and we see Pierre trying the move, but I don't think it will work because the peloton is working fast, and Dav is just not going to let this go anyway, and Joe also. So it's going to be a calm stage after all for Joe and Davi. They had that kind of...
Joe actually moves with Stephen Cummings, but
I think it's just
serves no purpose, yeah.
I think there is no point to do that. They can just control it and get these to be a mass sprint at the end.
The point is, he doesn't need to work in the back because Davi is just about to close that gap. So
17 riders, so everyone has 3 riders besides guessing that there's only 2.
All right. As we have still 42k to go, we will move back to Group A. Tuan, how is it going there?
There is some cooperation. It seems to be Jose together with Swaxon and Leo. They seem to be working. Dindy and Kingmaker not really showing themselves at the front just yet, as Groot seems to be burning up Leknesund on his own, and Tobias Vos just trying to chill in the wheels.
Yeah.
Groot telling them if they pace in E1, they get feed picks.
Groot, always awesome, and now it is Simon Yates that joins the relaying party. Things are not going well for this group. 137 still.
Dindy has joined as well.
Yes, Guy.
Attack by Shadow.
Let's go back to
his mountain leader, but it's no good. He stops. He abandons the idea.
All right, if you abandon the idea, we'll still stick here with 1, 2, because this group is in a very interesting situation right now, and the gap is still surviving.
Yeah, I feel like Kingmaker has joined the chase, although it's very hard to make out if he is on relay or if his rider is just maintaining position. it seems to actually just be maintaining position. Kingmaker not joining the chase at all, and Swaxton Seed says he needs a bigger incentive to not chase.
Yeah, because he says feet pick are definitely a bigger incentive not to do it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why these guys aren't dropping their helpers. I mean, I know there's a stage to win, but at this point, 140, 137, around there, that's one hell of a gap, and that's like giving Groot free time.
Well, I think as long as the corporation is going and as long as you have bars on this helper, you can wait. And it will be very interesting who will be the first person to blink and to actually put the rider in there. And I guess Leo went for a quick water bottle or something as Guillaume Martin came from the back.
And Dylan is walking. The chat is commenting that with surprise. And we approach the last category climb of the day with Guessing on the front, 18 men, everyone has 3, and now it's time to climb the Samardenkia. So it's going to be Piero on the left and Davi on the middle. Let us see. There goes Davi. Davi goes alone with Taro. Davi goes alone.
Okay, let's watch that. See how it works out.
He lets his domestics fall in the group and just focus on his mountain leader because he wants to take the mountain
Definitely
points.
trying to take those mountain points. Joe Whiteley's trying to deny them. Let's see. I think Joe takes it. I'm not sure.
Not sure either. It's Joe. Yes.
Yeah, it's Joe.
Joe has won the mountain. More points for him. Looks good for both of them. So yeah, it's going.
Meanwhile, as the race calms down here, we will go back to the other group. Still waiting to see how that gap is going.
It has come down about 20 seconds. Groot, Leknesund, his 78 mountain has unfortunately gone for him. 25 kilometers for Vos to do solo, and it seemed briefly like Leo was 59ing his Molar, but that was an accident as he has moved him back into the group, and Dinley is going there as well. An attack by the leader of Leo Falandri, now self-isolating. Of course, the domestique still ahead, and it is Kingmaker again that goes
Kingmaker takes the KOM.
Molar waiting on Leo Falandri. This race is blowing up, and it's blowing up good.
Oh, Swaxton and Christopher Froome. Christopher Froome is about to join Swaxton.
Yes, but it's going to be too little too late. There's not going to be a gap, but they're still going to have the domestiques over Groot, and that is going to be bad for the Norwegian. The gap has come down to 20 seconds.
Sorry to interrupt. 12 kilometers to go here, and Pierre team attacked just before the climb. That doesn't count as a categorized climb, but is a big climb. But he was caught now, and 10 kilometers to go, and now we have several trains going up on the last mountain of the day. Guessing is the one moving. He is trying to attack. Let us see if he can. It's pacing hard at least. I think it's kind of an attack, but he's not going to be able to. And now I think he's trying to move with his leader. There he goes. Guessing
and there he goes. Let's see if he can get a gap, but I don't think anyone will allow that. And exactly what happened.
All is back together in Group A. Groot's attack has stranded about 15 kilometers from the line. And
Hazing gets a gap. Hazing gets a gap.
Yes, 8 kilometers.
Pierre joins.
Oh, this can be good. This can be good.
No, but Joe is closing it. Joe is trying to close it, and he's gonna make it.
Yeah, Pierre stopped working. Now, still, he is in the best position to go up in the Semana de Friuli. And now we have in the right side, we have Piero. Piero very strong. Let us see if he can open the gap before the climb is over. This climb is very short. The climb is over, and now it's going to be a master.
Joe is there. Davi is there. Pierre there in the front as well, but Shadow makes an early move. I think it's a positioning issue.
Yeah, it's just positioning issue, and I like the train going on the right side from Joe, but now it's broken. Piero is going early.
Piero is going early. Let's see if it pays off. Davi moving, Joe moving as well. Let's see who can get it. It's going to be close, and it's going to be for Stephen Cummings. It is!
Joe. Win for Joe Whiteley. Stephen Cummings wins. and second place for Piero, and third to Davi.
The riders
I
leading
think
up the
it
rear
was
have made
not
it
a lot
No
of
sheer
time losses, and we go back to Twan's group. Twan, what is the
Yeah.
situation?
Everything is back together over the steep climb. It very briefly looked like people were dropping because of some blocks, but they were able to fix their situation. Groot not wiggling over the top, a very good sign for him. He's not going to lose any time, but unfortunately, I think he won't be competing for stage victory as Kingmaker took it up with Dinley in his wheel, but he stopped pacing. Okay.
The sprint is about to
interesting.
go. I don't know what he did there. I don't know why he did that. Let's see who goes for it. Kingmaker is the first to make a move. We have Dinley on the left side. Giuseppe coming strong. Froome is not going to take it. It's going to be...
It is Jose Pereira.
It is Giuseppe Weber. It is Giuseppe Weber. And Leo does second, and
Yes,
Giuseppe Pereira
importantly,
does third.
with his leader, and then a third place for the leader of Jose Pereira as well. Very important bonus seconds again.
Bonus seconds for both, and Swaxon gets only 4. Meanwhile, I was being informed by EMEA that there was a chance that Nibali lost time in the other group. I'm waiting for confirmation on that.
But interesting situation. Dinley did a very good sprint, but then he blocked himself. He took too long.
Again, it's not the first time this happens.
Yeah.
Trying to follow too long and then just end up being blocked by the wall.
Indeed. Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, Foss ended up 8th. He didn't lose time, so like we said, he had nothing to lose.
10-second difference in the group of 10-second difference. Piero Ciacca loses 10 seconds. Also, Simon Yates, that is the leader of right? Is the leader of...
no, the
Simon Yates is the leader of no one. It's the 78 mountain guy.
Oh, it's 78. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, it's time lost for Piero. 10 seconds.
10 seconds as we prepare to advance with the stage, the final stage on Group B. Final comment on what we just saw on your Group 1. How would you describe that sprint?
I think the sprint was just probably a very annoying one to have to ride yourself, especially if you're Dinley getting your leader blocked there and not being able to go for stage victory. And I think Groot did an amazing job of trying to animate the stage as much as he could. Unfortunately, he failed, but he still got some nice KOM points, I think.
Indeed. Everything seems to be open in that group. Meanwhile, in the other group, if I recall correctly, Joe Whiteley and Davi seem to have everything under control, but the fight for third place is still open.
It's still pretty much a 3-man fight for it, yes. So it's going to be interesting to see if one of them can take third in GC. Will be very important, but will not be decisive.
Hazing has been doing a very confusing race. Let's call it that. A very bad race. It is what it is. He focuses on the KOM. He doesn't take care of his leader when he should. What do you think is happening here? Reason for these bad choices?
Sorry?
I was talking about Hazing, how he has been doing a bad race because over-focusing on KOM while leaving his leader alone, losing a lot of time.
I think he's being too slow to wait for his leader, too slow for reacting to attacks. And I think this is going to be very hard to Gesing to recover. Still, he has a chance. He's going to put his guy that is fighting the KOM in the breakaway. And maybe if he can play it well, maybe he has a chance at winning maybe the stage and qualifying. We never know. But
all right, the stage starts.
I think the first thing we are going to see the attack of the sprinters to actually
definitely
the sprinter points, and then Emea, can you show quickly the sprint classification, please? I want to see.
Yes, that would be interesting, actually.
The point classification, just to be sure, because it's close. Yes, it's Shadow on the lead, but only 2 points ahead of Joe Whiteley. And then an interesting fight for P3. Oh, no, it's actually between Joe Whiteley, so it doesn't count. Piero takes P3 for sure. And Davi and Pierre are fighting for P4. So it's going to be a Shadow versus Joe fight for the sprint classification. Let us see what they can do. I don't know why is Mesgek on the lead of the group, but
I have no idea what he's doing there.
he should beat Joe, and if he beats Joe for at least 2 points, should be good for the. Sorry, if Joe doesn't beat him for at least 2 points, it should be good for Shadow to win the points classification. How many points gives the intermediate? It's 3-1. I'm not sure, or 6-4-2.
Or 10-6-4, I have no idea as well. It's 10-6-4.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
So Shadow should be worried about Joe not winning that sprint. Let us see if he can. Now
but Joe comes strong on the left side, trying to
I think Shadow just spent the red bar and now waits to recover it now, exactly. And he's probably going to recover, and then we are going to see some interesting action in going into intermediate sprint. Joe and Shadow are both here, and Shadow just should focus on Joe, because everyone else is just irrelevant. If they pass on the first positions, it's fine for him. He will always take some points, and it will be enough to get the points classification. That will be very important in Shadow's options of passing the group.
Joe, tricky as always, taking only his 2 sprinters. Interestingly.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we still have 16.7 until the intermediate sprint. Without moving to Group A, Tuan, is anything going on? Has it already started?
No, we are taking a pee break as our director asked for a nice gap between the 2 groups, so we have a clear view of the final. And
thank you, because it has been very hard to try and follow the action because they are very close, so that's actually helpful. Meanwhile, 34 seconds is the distance to the break right now, and is that Davi? Yeah, that's Davi working in the front, controlling the pace of the peloton with his sprinter, nonetheless.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting now. Let us see what can happen here. And Piero, or Joe or Shadow, one of them will take the points. Now it's the tag by Piero, but even if Piero wins the intermediate sprint, he still has no chance of getting the KOM. But
okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm having an update that the stage 1 points for the other group, the Nebuli group, were actually wrong. They need to be recalculated. Stage 1 points at the ending was not 15, it was more, so we will see what that makes up the classification.
Sorry.
This group, sorry, yes.
Okay.
We will see how that changes the classification at the end.
So we are not sure, the only thing we know, it's for sure, it's going to be between...
Sorry, it happened in both groups.
Okay, but it's going to be between Piero, Shadow, and Joe anyway, so...
Oh, and there goes Joe. Joe launches the sprint. Shadow is alone. Let's see if Joe can take advantage of that. Oh, he's on his wheel. He's going to take it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's going to be, I think, the points classification to Joe, and Shadow should be very disappointed right now.
What the hell happened here? Because I was checking the points situation, and suddenly Shadow only has 1 rider. How?
Shadow was sprinting too early, clearly, and Joe just was waiting on the slipstream and clear no options.
Joe had the obligation of winning that sprint with that extra man, as he could do a perfect launch. That's a disappointment for Shadow. A few more points for Joe that might give him the overall lead if he isn't able to win the GC. Let's see.
Interesting situation. I need to just do a small break. I will be just right back.
All right. Meanwhile, now things have definitely calmed down. Tuan, has your group started?
Yes, it has, and we have some developments in the breakaway. Everyone has put their hill rider in there and their sprinter going again for that intermediate sprint. But Leo Flandry is breaking the trend as he is also joining with his 78 mountain. Just Pereira's quickly sending him up. Dinley as well, and Swaxon seeing the danger in this move.
All right, there's an interesting mess, so to speak, going on in this group. Let's see how that is developing.
Kingmaker completely missing it, and the same goes for Groot.
So you said that how many 78 mile riders were in the break?
4 of them, and it is Kingmaker and Groot. It are Kingmaker and Groot that have missed it.
Oh, they missed out, and they don't seem to want to join that party at this point.
Nope. And Groot is now relaying in a group behind. They have a minute, and of course everyone here is going for that intermediate sprint. Dinley also already using him to work, and the others as well, knowing full well that they will easily have enough bars to sprint here in San Leonard.
Absolutely. I mean, there's still a lot to go. There's enough time and space to make them work, make them recover, and launch the actual sprint later.
For sure.
Rudy Molar goes under the
So
attack.
we have a lot of people here trying to see if I know Zeppela has 4 riders. I see Swags has 4 as well.
Yes.
Same for Leo. I think
It's
Dinley,
Kingmaker. It's
Dinley and
Kingmaker
Groot.
with 3.
Dinley and Groot as well, I think.
Yeah, Dinley. Wait, Dinley only has 3?
I'm trying to figure that out.
No, he has
No. He has 4. He has 4. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were a little bit behind.
Oh yeah, of course. He has the green jersey. That's the 4th.
Oh, right.
That's a bit. Yeah, Kingmaker and Groot, the ones with 3 in this group, not relaying as well as they should be relaying behind. But as we can see, Kingmaker just sucking the wheel.
We have an attack in Group B of 2 leaders, Roglic and Bardale. So we will be moving there, and you will be helping me, Tuan, because Gifiti is in a break right now. So right now, no, you don't need to. Just keep an eye on your group. I'll see the situation as it is developing right now. Hey, Maya, can you show me the actual position of them? All right, they are about to merge groups. Let's see what comes from this. There's only 42 seconds, and there's still a few kilometers until the mountain starts, and obviously Swags and Davi and I think Piero as well are already working, at least the first 2. I don't... Yeah,
Dinley has secured the points classification, and Groot has gone on the attack. He has used the intermediate sprint in the front group to attack the peloton. This is a brilliant move. Amazing tactics by Groot, dropping back one of his riders, Halvorsen, and Kingmaker is chasing it down, having absolutely none of this, and everyone behind is having to pace to make sure that he doesn't get away. But the cooperation here might not be as unified as it once was in the previous stage, because there's a lot more to lose here, and especially with everyone just having one domestique, it is very easy to get isolated, and Groot has unfortunately not been able to make the gap, as the steep section has completely prevented it, and we are headed for a 59 party, it seems.
And meanwhile, as the second climb begins, everyone is back together in this group.
Oh no,
so
Dinley keeps moving.
We will
Dinley's
move back to yours, yes.
Kingmaker is again going to close the gap. Yeah, he's again going to do it. But they are in a breakaway right now, and someone has to close this.
I mean, all hell is breaking loose in both groups very regularly. This promises to be an exciting ending for these semifinals.
Certainly.
riders are going through a
The
very
breakaway
tough portion
has
with
been
percentages
called by
above
some
10%.
of the leaders, the one of Dinley and the one of Kingmaker. The other leaders slightly behind, but they will soon have access to more domestiques, which will probably be good.
They will close the gap right about now, and it's Swagson that's making sure that it happens sooner rather than later.
But it is Kingmaker that is all the way at the front with his leader. So whilst you are in the same group, you have to make sure that your domestiques that were in the front group don't drop the gap, because otherwise you're gone anyway. And Dinley is having to keep an eye out on that, but he has unfortunately had to let Groot go, Groot Kingmaker go, as the pace is just a little too brutal for him. And Kingmaker committing very early on in this stage to an all-out attack. All three of his leaders, the three main mountain riders, are in the breakaway. He has 45 seconds and a whole peloton chasing behind.
It definitely seems too soon to try that kind of move, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think you still need all of your riders, and I don't think that people are gonna wait anymore. They're not gonna.
But the action doesn't stop, and we have 382 mountain riders attacking in the other group. And at this point, we will switch back to it and see how that is going. Let's see. We have Roglic, we have Pierre with his rider, and who is the other one? It is Piero. So 127 gap already at that second climb of the day. We see here. I'm okay. There we go. There's over a minute. I saw the yellow jersey Davi and Joe were seemed to be working to chase, and Roglic crosses the intermediate KOM in the front. And here we have Joe passing now by the KOM, trying to bridge that, to close that gap. Seems to be the one working with Davi. Hazing yet again alone for some reason with his leader. I really don't know what he's been doing in this race. Right now, still over a minute the distance. Let's see who reacts. And as these 82 mountain riders are about to reach they close the distance for the two riders in the front, but the gap opens again. Joe Whiteley still pacing to cut that gap as soon as possible. And now they start the second gap climb.
Kingmaker did not commit to the move and has been called by the peloton.
That might have been a very wise choice. And right now we have Joe working with Tal to try and close that gap. It's down to around 48 seconds, but Pierre goes on his own. Pierre goes on his own with his leader, two domestiques. He's committing to it. Let's see if he will still commit to it. And yet again, Hazing gets Martin in the break and leaves Bardet alone. Why? I don't know what I'm seeing. I
have the same feeling when I'm watching Kingmaker. To me, attacking on the first category climb, it just it's very early. It's really hard to bridge that flat, especially since the parkour just hasn't been selective enough up until then.
Yeah.
And then you just give up your advantage when you've clearly wasted bars.
And with this set, Pierre drops Hazing 78 guy, but has already lost one domestic. Still does a 1-2 in the KOM, and Shadow does third. So Hazing pretty much didn't gain much, if anything, out of it. And I still don't see Martin going behind to help bar this. So I truly have no idea what Hazing is thinking here. I would definitely love to have him in a post-race interview to find out. I don't know if that will be possible, though. Emma, could you take us to the front, please? All right, so Pierre has been caught. We have Shadow and Pierre were joined back. I don't know who is the other guy. It's the Shadow Rider, right? Yeah, it is. It is Pogacar. So we have three leaders still going at it, still over 1 minute lead. Finally, Martin has arrived to help his leader, so things start to make a little bit more sense here. As Joe still paces, I believe, still with Tal Geudenhardt. And Davi continues his train lineup of three guys. Distance is only 36 seconds, and it seems that Davi is ramping up the pace. I don't know if it is to join Vincenzo naively attacks though. 1.5 to go for the third cat KOM. He's definitely trying to commit to this. Let's see if it works. The distance is falling though, and it's only 45 seconds at this point. But Piero does a 1-2 in the KOM. Let's see the third. It's Shadow. And Pierre dropped there for a little bit. There's still a gap, which means that you will have to try and close it in the downhill as soon as possible to not lose energy and be able to recover it. But the break seems to be about pretty much 53 seconds, and there it is. Joe and Davi were pacing in the downhill. Hazing lost Marta, not shocked. Yes, one.
The two last players in this lobby normally have gone on the attack. A very silent attack by Jose Pereira, and with all his domestiques. And
well, let's see that.
So we have Jose Pereira with a 74 and 78 out in front, both not really relevant in the KOM classification, but very silent moves to action, just letting it up the road at very minimal effort. And it is Leo Falandri that has decided to try and bridge up, surely trying to collect some KOM points as well for Rudy Molar, who is close on the classification.
Can we see that? Can we see that classification, by the way, Tuan?
It is the KOM classification. Kingmaker doing a very good job, of course, also taking that first cat earlier on the stage, getting another 12 points, presumably for Roland, but his second place with Latour might be in danger.
All right, let's see how this goes. We'll stay here for a little bit to see if this break will stick or not. For now, it has about 1 minute, and let's see what Prev is doing here.
Yeah, I assume he's going to sit on the wheel of Leo Flandri, as this is a bit of a more easygoing climb, as we have a bit of a flat part here. Really don't want to get dropped by Leo, but he does in position, and that is free time gone. But that is why he doesn't care. When
I saw him moving in the peloton, I thought he was going to do it, and he did it, and he's followed by Kingmaker?
Yeah, of course it's Kingmaker. No regard for actual tactics.
But it's
closing
close,
the gap and then not really pushing on. Yeah, that sounds like Kingmaker, yes.
If I was Jose and if I was in that situation, I would be extremely pissed right now.
Like, he's just closing the gap, and like realistically he's already fucked his bars enough to the point where they're going to put him on at least half a minute by the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, the way he has been playing, it's going to be really... I don't think he's going to be able to pull what he did pull on the other mountain stage. This one is harder.
So, sorry, I'm back, guys.
Keep an eye on your group if something happens. There was a 3-leader attack, but I think everyone got together.
Yes, I think Piero has a 1 minute advantage over the group, where Davi still leads, but we are approaching the intermediate sprint, and then we will start last 2 climbs of the day.
All right, we will then move to that group if the sprint is about to happen, because we do want to see that.
But it's not going to be a fight, because Nibali and Piero will easily take it and get the bonification and get P1 and P2.
We want to see who gets the third place.
Only P3 has some drama on it. Let us see if someone will sprint for it and get 1 second. It's not really very important, but we never know.
Well, sometimes you win or lose by 1 second, so we want to see that for sure.
Piero probably takes P1 and P2, and
there's the attack from Bardet and Froome, but it's Bardet that takes it. And
I don't understand the point of sprinting for this sprint. I will not lie.
I have to agree with you. It's just destroying energy here when you're about to start a big climb.
Yeah, I can't understand it. What Aquarius is saying, what the fuck is Kingmaker doing in the group of one?
Well, Carlos, I wish I could tell you. We have been wondering the same thing the entire night, and we still don't have an actual answer.
I am sure he is a decent player, otherwise you don't get to the semifinals. But what I've seen tonight is just very
Terrible.
bad tactical position decisions every time.
In my group, everything just broke. Pierre attacked, followed by Davi, and they completely broke the group's back. And now Pierre is doing something I cannot understand and just waiting, while Davi just paced, and now Joe is going after Davi, but he is 1 minute on the back. Again, Joe needs to recover the difference to Davi, exactly like in the second stage.
Yeah.
And Pierre is
And he
just
seems to be
waiting for-
doing so.
I don't understand what Pierre is doing, to be honest.
Can we see Pierre go a little bit behind?
Yeah, it's just there, and I cannot understand the move. But now they are all back together, and they have 2 minutes advantage over Shadow and Guessing.
And I'm so shocked right now that these two are the ones left behind. So deeply shocked. Have I said shocked enough times to make it certain that I'm being sarcastic here?
Aquarius says that Joe has a big did a big ready in the sprint.
Aquarius, I completely agree. I don't know what he was thinking there, to be honest.
No, yes, but he still has a very good advantage, and still is going to pass. We are going to see now a fight between four men. As we have a rider alone, 1 minute and 10. I think one of the leaders of the guys behind is just attacking. This is very stupid. I think we are.
Oh, hell is breaking loose,
Yes.
and of course, it's hazing naturally. Again, I am so shocked.
Shadow is trying to pace his two, but it's still not going to work quite good for him. He is going to be in clear disadvantage over this group where, for example, Joe still has 3 riders.
Yeah, and notice that he's trying to recover the disadvantage with Pogacar while keeping his domestique in the wheel in a situation where he desperately needs to
I can't
catch
understand.
up.
Joe now is moving with the 78 mountain, and Dav is trying to follow. And while the two riders of Joe are just back on the group resting, and now Davi attacks. There he goes. He knows he has more bars than the others.
Oh, Davi goes
Here
for
we
it.
go again. Kingmaker attack over the top of the climb.
Oh my! Let me just take a look before we actually change to see.
So
For
I'm
myself.
trying to follow
let's
him.
move
We're
there, let's
99
move there.
versus 83.
Let's move there because
But
Swaxton is trying to take
Jose
advantage
not
of
having
that.
it, closing the gap quickly before the descent, and everything is going to be back together by the bottom. Kingmaker not going to get more than 50 seconds, I bet. And in front, by the way, we have 6 domestiques, the Hill and 78 guys of Leo, Jose, and Dinley. They have a very nice advantage of 2.5 minutes.
All right, the attack was close, so we go back to Group B where things are about to be finalized.
Yeah, Pierre and Davi, they are on the front. Rosa is trying to get there too, and now it's also Joe with Pierre, with Guessing and Pierre on the wheel. Joe attacks because he needs to break his rivals, and there he goes alone.
He goes alone, and Davi is also alone by this point,
climb
but with
features some dreadful percentage
better energy. And
Guessing is now just following the wheel of Pierre, and Pierre is trying to control Joe. So it's going to be 2 men in the front versus 3 on the back. I mean, Piero still has 2 riders, but it looks like it's not going to last. Yeah, there he goes.
And Davi is not afraid to take the front. Hazing seems to be trying to catch that group. I don't know how his bars are after what he's been doing. Let's see what happens to Joe here, because he was pretty much in a very similar time to Davi, and I want to see how his energy will be for the final climb.
If he loses this one after the big advantage he had, just because of the intermediate sprint,
Davi takes KOM points, Nibali a second, 20-second gap to the others.
Making a move at the bottom of the climb. Groot is going to try and follow him. Kingmaker, the gap wasn't quite closed, and he pushed on a little bit more than the rest. So he got half a minute, and Swaxton is trying to create the gap, but he has failed as Groot and Leo were aware of this movement. Kingmaker has been reeled in now, and if he doesn't finish more than a minute down, I'm going to be so surprised.
All right, back to the situation here with Pierre Hazing and Joe Whiteley still trying to catch up to
15
Piero
kilometers to the
and
finish line.
Davi. It's a 21-second difference. Let's see if they can get a good understanding in the downhill.
Aquarius
goes
is in
again.
pain, hard
Root
pain,
goes
and
again.
now Miro Rivera is saying Joe
riders are
shouldn't
now
walk
attacking the
because he
final
doesn't
climb.
need to.
Now's the
It's
time
good for
to
him
dig
to
deep.
finish on this group. But Joe is walking, and Shadow is coming from behind alone and just joined the group. So now top six here.
6 man, everyone by themselves, but Piero still insisting.
Yes, Piero insists, and now Pierre is the one reacting. And I think they should be careful because this climb is very hard 10 kilometers. They don't have a lot of bars. They didn't recover fully on downhill, I guess. So, yeah.
I don't think so,
Maxson
yeah.
is going, but
The
Leo
riders
is
just
not
passed the 10
letting him.
kilometers road sign.
And Groot's advantage is up to a minute and a half as he has joined the domestiques of the other 3 players in the very front of the race.
All right, and here we have Piero in the front. Pierre trying to catch him. He definitely needs to do something because he is the 4th place in GC right now, and he could definitely do well with an improvement to his
that the
GC.
strongest can create some gas.
The big question here is Piero going too soon?
I don't think so. I think Piero is still going to win the stage or finish second, I think. I think Davi will still be able to recover the difference, but Piero has a lot of more. I think Piero has more bars than the others. I would bet for Piero my money.
Jose accelerated toward his domestique. Swaxon spotted the plan and instantly moved with it, and alongside it Kingmaker and Leo were also up for the challenge, and it is Dinley that reacted a bit later, making the most use of his domestique that he still had, and now Rui Costa, his 74 mountain, has dropped back and joined him as well.
And I believe Joe Whiteley has joined the yellow jersey group, and Pierre was caught by him and Davi. So we have Piero with a 40-second lead, give or take. And Pierre once again strikes, trying to get to Piero.
And Joe is almost getting there with more guys. Amazing. And we don't have a sign from Hessing or Shadow. I think they are just sitting there on the back. Yeah, there he goes.
Swaxon goes again, but I wasn't the only one that spotted this as the others quickly move with him. The gap of Groot up to 2 minutes.
Usually,
okay, we stay here for the ending. Davi is making his move.
And Davi is going to big attack, is going to cut the difference to Piero, and I would put my money on Davi right now. I would put my money on Davi.
And that is not a bad bet. Joe only needs to stick around with Pierre because he would definitely still be in the top 3, and he's gonna easily pass him. Meanwhile, Nibbly definitely trying. Nibbly from Piero still trying to see how much time he can gain on Joe.
Piero taking the difference very good. I think Piero won it. It's amazing. Very, very good win. If he gets there, Davi is not going to recover this difference.
And he's also not going to kill him himself trying to do so because he has no need.
So Piero wins, and
it's a great win for Piero.
The time starts to count. Let us see. Where is Joe?
Davi is closing it right now. Joe is definitely going to lose that second place. And if Pierre is going to even do third. Joe is dead, and I think he's still going to be passed by Hazing.
Hazing.
Oh my.
146.
And that is perfect timing. We just headed into the descent going to the final climb. It is a Groot with an advantage of 30 seconds over Leo Falandri with a domestique. His 78 mountain Kingmaker, no domestique and probably really bad bars, has joined Leo Falandri, and Dindy and Jose still have a domestique here right behind the other 2, and they should be joining up as they are headed with half a minute disadvantage to Groot to the final climb here in the tour. who is going to go to the final currently in pole position. It is
Okay.
Leo Falandri, Joseph Pereira, and probably Groot with that advantage.
We will focus on this group now, but we are waiting on Guy Viti to tell us the final GC.
Let me just tell that final GC is Davi winning and Piero taking effectively P2, Joe P3, and I think it's almost sure these three guys are going to pass.
Leo Falandri makes an early move, and Joseph Pereira is aware of it. He is trying to close it as quickly as he can. Dinley and Swaxon also moving with it. It is Kingmaker that has to leave a gap, and Groot is nearly reeled back in by the group behind. This is not actually looking very good for Groot, as three of the guys here still have a domestique. They were also, of course, the guys that put them in the breakaway.
He might have got a little bit greedy. Yes, Guy, you were saying something?
I think it's no options for Groot there, and I think I don't see Kingmaker in a very good position either. What means 3 places between 4 guys probably. We have Dinley, we have Jose Pereira, we have.
Why is Swaxon alone though?
In this move.
Swaxon didn't have his 78 in a breakaway like the other 3 did.
Okay.
So he didn't get any free time.
And he's making a move at 7.8 to go without a domestic. He's catching Groot.
And Jose Pereira knows his tactic. Jose Pereira knows he can push now, break them, and then just go with Leo Falandri and Dinley and do a 1-2-3 in general classification and pass. I think it will be enough for the 3 of them to pass. There he goes. Groot is over. Swaxon is over, and now it's going to be all up to Dinley, Jose Pereira, and Leo Falandri.
Someone has to push the pace here, though, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kingmaker is again going to make it. Yeah, Jose is done. He should push on. Did my stream just close?
What, sorry?
Okay, didn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Tuan.
Oh, I asked if my stream just closed, but it didn't.
No, I'm still seeing it. Yeah.
Yes. Someone has to accelerate here. Come on, please punish Kingmaker for his bad energy management. I can't stand
everyone
getting away with it.
But there goes Dinley. Dinley is the one moving.
Dinley
is the one.
Leo as well. Swaxon tries to follow. Swaxon's position might.
Jose is going to continue it. Look, he's still going. And Leo sees this happening as well. And he is going to try and respond to it. Dinley has seen his slight mistake. There are 3 kilometers to the top of the climb. And I highly
Everyone is alone now.
More than a sprint.
I don't know how this is going to end. Kingmaker is my bet for 6th place on this stage. Swaxon has been on for a little longer, so I don't know how he will do. It's all about energy management.
Should at least be fine. And I think for King and Groot, it might just be a little too fast, too early. But the other 3 are definitely going to sprint for victory here.
And everyone is making their move.
Seconds.
1.1 to go. They're starting to ramp up the pace. The sprint is about to come.
Kingmaker's done.
In the front.
Groot has to go
Kingmaker's done.
And Groot is
around
done.
him. He's going to lose time, but he's done. And we have 4 men here. And Swaxon seems to be following Leo's wheel.
He doesn't get around. Oh, he doesn't have the bars. Leo
he's dead. He's dead.
And Jose Pereira. And Swaxon barely manages to survive. Is it going to be enough to pass to the final? That is the question.
It will be close. It will be
very close. He managed to not lose time, but he did not get bonus seconds.
And I don't think he is in KOM or in the points. I think Dinley has taken the points classification, and otherwise it is Leo Falandri. Leo Falandri definitely in the final, by the way.
Of course, he wins classification and stages, so he's definitely there. The point is, Dinley, Jose Pereira, and Swaxon, these 3
dramatic adding for the British might be on site with this 4th place. I don't know how the classification was. Let me see.
So Jose takes bonification seconds to go over Swaxon, and Dinley takes the bonification seconds to tie Swaxon. So the game is going to decide who is going to finish a third in GC. Is it going to be Dinley or Swaxon? And can it even be enough for Swaxon?
I don't. I'm not sure either. Dinley takes sprint classification. What means
no KOM for either.
So I think it's quite clear the final result. Dinley, Jose
Dinley.
Pereira, and Leo Falandri will advance to the final.
Dramatic ending for Swaxon there, but I do think that yes, I think it will be Dinley joining the other two that we already know pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just a very
Dinley also beat
sneaky,
Swaxon in stage points. So it's
a very
over.
sneaky but very deadly attack with the domestiques to get a nice advantage over the rest of the peloton. Swaxon just not reacting to it, and that has cost him.
Indeed. And let me just check if we already have a score for Group B. I do know we have the classifications here, and I will the ones in the game, and I'll tell you. As we already saw before, GC was won by Davi, Piero was second, and Joe third. Pierre fourth, Hazing fifth, and Shadow sixth. With regards to points, Joe Whiteley won, Shadow second, Piero third, and fourth, Davi fifth.
Swaxon is definitely out. The game put him in third place, but Dinley takes the points classification.
With the mountains, we have Davi winning, Hazing second, still managed to lose that, Piero third, Joe fourth, and Pierre fifth. Meanwhile, we are trying to see. I don't think Swaxon's third place will be enough to
No,
save
it's
him.
not going to be enough. Swaxon will finish probably. The game is wrong. Maybe he can finish third in points classification. Maybe. Oh no, it's completely. Sorry, let me verify. Yeah, maybe depends on the game.
No, it's in the advantage of Dinley. Dinley wins the stage, so he gets the most points from that. So he wins. And
No, yeah, I know he wins, but my question is which position finished Swaxon? Because Swaxon finishes ahead of Dinley Mountain classification, because Swaxon actually finishes third, while Dinley gets no points. In the points classification is Dinley beating Swaxon, but probably first Dinley, third or fourth Swaxon. Can't verify.
Swaxon does finish third in the GC, right?
Yes, he does.
It's gonna be close.
An additional 11 points, which puts him up to 27 points, which still is outside of the top 5.
It's going to be close, but it's going to be for Dinley, I'm almost sure.
Yeah, I think so as well. And we are ready for interviews for those who want to come. So let me do a ping.
I don't know if it's Dinley's first final officially, but in the World Championship of Road. But
I have no idea, to be honest. Emil, when he's back, will be able to tell us. He will be back in 2 minutes. Meanwhile, we are desperately trying to have the confirmation of what seems likely that Dinley actually manages to clutch it and go to the final.
I said I would be surprised if Kingmaker would be less than a minute down and he finishes 59 seconds down. That's disappointing.
You're wrong, as usual.
Yes. How dare I?
How dare Tuan trying to pretend to be an expert on road, right?
Yeah, no reason to do that. It's ridiculous.
Oh my. Meanwhile, let me see if we already have classifications. I don't think so. Naturally, I don't think so. It's going to be... I think the main thing we're waiting on is the confirmation that... Wait.
What is the change in the point system that they are talking about?
I think that the first stage
is wrong.
Yeah, is wrong, and was giving only 15 points, and I think it was more. That
what
seems
position did Swaxon did in the first stage? I know Dinley won it, but what position? He was last.
Well, he finished as he got 1 point, so I assume that's 5th place. But he could even have finished like 6th or 7th.
No, but it's impossible. It's impossible for Swaxon. Good.
Yeah.
Dinley is in. Yeah, it's impossible. How many points? I'm going to verify it, but it's almost sure it's over.
Before stage 3, they were separated by 1 point. Denley has the advantage in what, points, I think?
Yes, definitely.
Points, yes, he loses the mountain, but by almost nothing. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
Swaxen gets 20 points on him on general classification. Deanley reduces this 20-point gap to less than 10. Yeah, to 10 points because of stage. Then he gets an advantage of 25. 25 on points, so gets 15 advantage, and KOM it's only 10 points. So Swaxen is out by between 5 and 10 points, but Swaxen is out. Yes.
Dramatic, indeed. Let's see who joined. Joe Whiteley. Hello.
He passes, by the way, Davi, Piero, Joe, first, second, and third. Joe passes with 100 more points than the fourth place.
Hold on, give me just a second. We already have indeed the final classification, as Guy was saying. Davi 246 points, Piero 180, Joe Whiteley 176, only 4 points behind. And then Hazing has 76 points, Pierre has 66 points, and Shadow has 41 points. Lovely. Joe, tell us about your race and how in the end you ended up losing that second place.
Just not really caring, to be honest. Literally how I lost it.
All right, can you talk a little bit more about the entire race day?
As in stage 4?
No, the entire tour.
Stage 1, just the standard sprint. A few 78s go up the road. Wasn't really fussed. I didn't really think they had a chance. They'd have to take at least like 5 minutes, I think, 6 minutes to stand a chance. And it was a nice sprint because it was a nice open road, only 6 players, so I could actually like do my sprint instead of getting blocked, which was nice for once. And then that pretty much secured me the green jersey in the first stage. All I have to do is be competent with the intermediate sprints in the other stages. And then as we move on to stage 2, probably one of the best stages I've played. Amazing stage. Me and Davi. Yeah, just blowing it up. We attacked on the middle category 2 car, I think, in the middle. I don't know how long to the finish line it was. I think maybe like 80k, something like that. We attacked, bridged our rise in the breakaway, and we just managed the gap nicely. Some of the leaders did actually get back before the last climb, but then we went again as soon as we went on that last climb, and yeah, we just shared the relays, and yeah, it was nice. Do you want to talk about stage 3?
Yeah.
So, I can't remember what stage it was actually.
It was the hilly one, so to speak.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was fairly boring. It just came down to a sprint again, which I managed to just sneak out of Davi that stage. And then stage 4, Piero, everyone was quite active in stage 4 attacking. Me and Davi again just kind of like took our own pace. We worked together to control the race. And then Piero attacked solo, took up loads of like KOM points along the way.
There's actually one question I want to make to you. Hold on, as we confirm that in Group A, Leo Falandri wins with 255 points. Denley second, 127. Jose third, 126. Swaxy misses out by 14 points with 112. Kingmaker fifth, 100, and Groot last 65 points. Dramatic ending for Swaxy. You wanna comment on that?
Yeah, he was unlucky, to be fair. I think going out on bonus seconds to Jose, I think.
Yeah.
On the
And
last
then
group. Yeah. I haven't seen the group, so I can't really comment on, in my opinion, who deserves to go through, who didn't.
Well, I don't know. I know Guilherme is already talking shit to Swaxon for some reason. I don't know why, saying there was no TT to save him.
I think the 3 players that enjoyed the most that remove of the day advanced, and
Yeah, I'm not
I think-
saying otherwise. I'm just wondering why Guilherme. I don't know what started this conversation, and I'm certainly not going to scroll up to see the entirety of it. But
Guillermo just doesn't like Swaxon
why?
And Guillermo doesn't
because
like
he
Smoke
thinks he's a
because
real
he's good.
sucker.
Guilherme doesn't like anyone, so what else is new?
Yeah, he has this particular people that he just doesn't like, and he feels free to talk shit to them anytime he wants.
Well,
Like Mendes, like yourself.
He can go suck a fat one for all I care. Where are his road finals? Then he can talk shit when he has some.
Solo.
Yeah, solo.
Yeah.
But back to the interview with JoJo. Finalists coming. You haven't had much of luck on those. What do you expect from this final? What do you want to do? Is it gold? Are you gonna play it safe? What's on your mind going into this final?
Well, I don't really think you can play it safe because
I mean, you can try to, if the situation arises, stick to a medal. You know. Yeah, Joe.
I don't think gold is something I should. Obviously, I'm going to be aiming for it because I won't be in the final. But I'm not gonna risk myself for a gold medal just to then break it last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the type of situation I was talking about. If you're found in a situation where you can get silver or bronze in a safe situation where that can happen and not gold, will you take that?
I mean, if that's a chance, then yeah. Like today, I could have gone through as the first person. What's the point? You know what I mean? You may as well just have a bit of fun. You can go through anyway, so I would just have a little bit of fun in the last stage. I think it's going to be the same kind of in the final. You know, if you're going to get a medal, if the gold is there for the taking, then sure, obviously I'm going to go for it. But if I'm not in a winning position, then you can't continue to think, oh yeah, I'm going to get the gold when you sat in last place. You know, you've got to change your strategy, I guess.
You're not you don't think you don't want to be one of those guys that goes with ride or die kind of thoughts.
I mean, I kind of did that in stage 2, but yeah, because it'll probably be the only final I get to. Gotta make the most of it. So I think
Well,
to myself, if I'm gonna go out with a stupid attack, then I think that's really dumb of me. So yeah.
there was a sprint there. Now I'm remembering this. I think it was stage 2 that Davi won and you were second. I was already screaming that you had won, and Davi came, so to speak, out of nowhere in full speed. Was that bad energy management, or did you just launch too soon?
No. I launched perfectly. I said it on my own stream. I didn't care about the stage run. I just wanted the gap on the other GC guys. I didn't care about the stage run.
So you work more than Davi. That's it.
I led Davi out for the last 4K basically. So
that is true. I did watch the race, and I can't
my
disagree with
sprint was
that.
perfectly timed. It's just obviously the yellow was a little bit less than what I would have normally had because, I mean, normally I'd be just going for the sprint, whereas this time I had a gap to maintain or to extend. So that was at the forefront of my mind, not this. Because the thing is, the difference between coming first and second on the stage is 10 points. The difference between GCE gaps, it's a lot
Bigger,
more.
yeah.
And yeah.
Congratulations, though, Joe, on reaching the final of Tour, which, in my opinion, is a final where everyone wants to be. I hope you make the most out of it, have fun, and finally bring a medal home, whichever it is. I'm just waiting, sorry, to find out what our next broadcast will be. Wait, I'm getting a last minute update. Ranking of Group A is wrong. He is recounting, so we don't know yet if this will change who passes or not. So we're not gonna close yet.
It doesn't.
It doesn't?
That Jose comes in second and Dinley comes in third.
Wait, let me watch the current one. Yeah, probably that will be the case indeed.
Jose now has 136 instead of 126. Dinley has 127 still. Swagson has 117. 107 instead of 112. So basically,
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Jose gains 10 points. Swagson loses 5.
Yeah, this seems fairly more accurate from what I've seen in the race, not gonna lie. So nothing changes except for the fact that Giuseppe passes as second with 136, as Joe said, and Dinley 127 in third, and Swagson loses a few points, but still fourth with 107. Kingmaker 100 and Groot still 66 points. Joe, as I was saying, best of luck for your final, and I hope you get a medal, regardless of what it is, and I hope you have fun, above all.
I'll try.
Thank you for coming, and I'm waiting for Maya to tell us what's our next road broadcast, as we are about to close. I would just like to know that. Maya, do you know what our next broadcast will be? Not tomorrow. Yeah, we all know that because tomorrow we will have the Team Kirin tournament, and after that, the much anticipated presidential debate between the candidates running for the office on the IMA. So we'll be back on Friday with the multicast for the road inline semifinals. In the meantime, as we prepare to close this stream, I would like to thank everyone that was here. Tuan, that did an awesome job. Gifiti, that also did an awesome job. Emea, legendary as always. Thank you to Joe for being the person that was willing to talk. I don't know why the others weren't willing to talk, but I guess some didn't probably have the race they expected. I can understand that. Tuan, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
You want to do a quick summary of what we saw? You think the right people passed?
Yes, I think the other people, mainly Swagson and Kingmaker, especially Kingmaker. I mean, Swagson basically missed the most important break of the day, as Jose, Dinley, and Leo were able to send up their 78 mountains and get a few minutes. Swagson is sitting in the peloton alone, having to work behind them, apparently not working fast enough, and well, it cost him in the final sprint.
And meanwhile, we will close this stream, unless Joe knows, we will close this stream very shortly without ever knowing what the F was Hazing trying to do the entire race. Joe, do you actually know that? Can you tell us?
Trying to get some better internet, I'd hope.
Okay, then. I'll take that. Thank you very much to everyone that watched and spoke in the chat. You guys are awesome, and we couldn't do this without you. We will see you all on Friday for the inline semifinal on road, solo, obviously. Until then, guys, take care. Enjoy the Karen tomorrow. I'm sure your usual favorite streamers will probably be broadcasting. Good night to all. Take care. Stay safe.